Guys, Yodo, what it is, guys. What's up? It's the kid, man. And look, man, guys, it's called vibes, man. It's called vibes, man. It's called vibes, all the way, man. So, what this is pretty much is vibes. So, obviously, it's international break. Because it's international break, I thought, let's actually just do some different stuff. And I think a big thing, obviously, has been obviously the release of the X-Men. 97, which we got to talk about that. I want to talk about Invincible because we're actually just talking about Invincible before we went live. I actually want to touch upon Invincible, which had a few episodes there. I talk a bit about Shogun, amazing series that's happening. I want to talk about Dragon Ball Z and maybe get into anime because people keep saying, "Yo, half of man, anime." So people keep saying, "Okay, we want you to do like an anime hangout." So I'm going to talk about anime and really just the impacts of Dragon Ball Z, and maybe talk about Western cartoons because I think it's good because of the release of Invincible and X-Men 97. I want to do like a kind of comparison of like Western cartoons and anime. And you know what, guys? Send in your questions, guys. Guys, actually, this is pure vibes. This is pure vibes. Who knows? We'll talk about Trump, Biden, why the moon landing was freaking fake. So feel free to, so after we've done with the topics, feel free to send in any questions. So any questions or anything, I'll try to interact with the chat. Send them in. And again, obviously, remember, guys, this is my other channel, man. So this is just to, when football is down, just do something different. So feel free to send dubs, man. Dubs still operates here, so support this other channel by sending in any super chats and dubs. And I thank you for your partners because yes, your dubs here still help me to pay my Bodma's energy bill, man. So guys, we are gonna be spoiling X-Men 97. So even if you've not watched it, who gives a freaking crap, bro? It is what it is. So these are not really freaking major spoilers, but it is what it is. So let me hit this stream marker right here now. Where are we at right now? There we go. So X-Men. All right. So guys, let me just because I want to get things off, and I definitely want to hear from Ardis because Ardis is also a big, huge X-Men fan. So I want to just hit things off and give over to Ardis. This was freaking amazing. Like, the first two episodes of this was freaking amazing. Just incredible. Because, so, obviously, I did my review. Then I watched a review of some other people. And they liked it, but they didn't like it as much as me. And then I said, okay, here's the key thing here. If you didn't grow up with the cartoon show, you will still like it. And I think many people who've watched it have been like, oh, I didn't grow up watching the cartoon show, but based on writing, the characters, and based on this actually being for kids, this is actually pretty damn impressive. So for people who haven't even really watched it or anything, they're like, wow, this is actually amazing. But guys, if you grew up with this, it's impossible to explain. It is impossible to explain because why this is so good is they have literally kept the same exact vibe as they had it from that show. So if you grow up with the show and you're watching it, it is like you've literally been spotted back to when you were a kid. So it's hard to explain. But for me, look, if you didn't grow up with the show, you should still watch it because I believe that compared to the other break cartoon shows that are out there, from these first two episodes, it's actually pretty damn good because the X-Men is an amazing concept. It was bricked up in the movies, and we'll get why the X-Men films were, in my opinion, bomb-ass trash. And because they get it so right and it's done so well, even if you're not an X-Men fan or you didn't grow up with the show, you will love this stuff, 100%, man. So, Ardis, just your general thoughts on the show, man.
I mean, like I said, I remember like in the WhatsApp, I think the first message when I saw it, and when I messaged you in the message, that was literally like only like the first 5-10 minutes in, and I was like, they've done it.
Oh no, bro. That's intro, bro. I was like, okay, whoa. Like literally, like the first time you see Wolverine, I was like, wait, what? I was like, have they really? Shocking, but continue.
It was literally. I only had to watch like because obviously both episodes are 33 minutes each. I only had to watch the first 10 minutes to be like, they've done it, and I think I've seen some lot of reviews, and how I felt was that it felt like just a direct. It wasn't like a reboot, or it wasn't like a remaster. It was like. This is like me watching season 5, a direct continuation.
It's like the next episode. It's like, oh, this is just like now the next episode. It's like if they've gone back to 96 and this is just the next episode.
Exactly. So the very fact they thought that the nostalgia, everything that came with that, I was like, the fact they were able to create that vibe, not just, but also the tone of the series. When you're like, there's scenes, where like you know, when, for example, like in episode 1 where Storm like starts talking, like takes on the Sentinels and starts talking about, well, like the Ross and go back to it. You're like, yes.
No, it's real. It's great. No, Storm, because again, you forget that. It just shows you why the films are so trash. Because if you forget, do you know how strong Storm is?
Yes.
Storm is ridiculously strong when you do her powers well.
They emphasize because they say because when there's in the scene when Storm does that, when Cyclops like give him the forecast, Storm.
Sorry, do you think people should watch the old series before going in, or can they just go in?
That's
a question.
I don't think you need to watch the old series, but I think what the old series does is it gives you it, because at the end of the day, these characters are continuations of the old series. So if you want to know the character of Gambit, then the way how they characterize these characters, then you should watch the old series.
Do you know what I'd say? Now, this may be tricky. I mean, agree or disagree, then I'll come to the end to Blake.
Yeah.
I would say watch the first season just to get a general idea of the team dynamic.
Yeah,
then watch the very last episode.
Yeah.
Then because it's so linked into that last episode, so watch the first season. So okay, which is maybe 6, 7, 8 episodes. Because look, there's so many. Just watch the first season. So okay, you now know the team dynamics. Because you need to know the dynamic of Wolverine, Jean Grey, the dynamic of Gambit and Rogue. Then watch the very last episode of the old series, and I think that's good.
Maybe potentially with the way the episode 2 ended, you might want to watch certain episodes from the Phoenix Saga type of sort of thing. Because maybe. I'm just sort of with the way that episode 2 ended, that it will probably make a little bit of sense if that makes any sense. So, but I think it's just more like as you said, like the characterization, the way Cyclops is often characterized in movies is like this dude is like he's basically the X-Men movies are in Wolverine and the X-Men.
No, like when you just saw how Cyclops was done, it's like. Because, people keep coming after me saying, like, oh, man, why you hate the film so much? I'm like, okay, I'm a hate and everything. Watch these 2 episodes.
Yeah.
Then come and tell me that those films are any good. Because the most important thing of X-Men is you have to get a team dynamic well.
Yeah.
Do you know why we like Wolverine? Because he's not a leader. He's an outcast. And we sort of connect with the guy who is against the outcast. He's not the prefect. He's not the head boy. He's the outcast. That's why we like him.
Yeah, exactly. Here, like even just the way they did his powers, like in the one scene where like he uses his optic blast to help him land, and even just like his characterization of like when he's pissed off, like you see that spark behind his glasses when he wants to like have a brawl with Wolverine, like you see like there's that spark like behind him. He's about to sort of. I'm like, this is the character. And the thing is, and aside from talking thing, this is one of the reasons why, like I've said, and we might talk about this in the West versus East characterization, is that this is why I and Spider-Verse was also part of it as well, and Invincible and few others. Why I genuinely believe that comic books can only find their true expression in animation. I'm continuing being believed that there are not that many live action movies that I'll say this truly captured the heart of the comic book story.
No.
And often it's adapted for a big audience or for wider family, whatever it is. And I include the Spider-Man movies in this as well, because, bro, and speaking about that, if they do it, I don't know whether they will, but if they get a cameo from 90s Spider-Man in this cartoon will be goated.
Yeah. Because remember, this is Marvel. It's okay. Say nothing. So okay, let's just
because back in this isn't a spoiler, but like obviously back in when I remember in the Spider-Man animation in the 90s, the X-Men made a cameo in that series. I think it was when Spider-Man was undergoing the mutation or something like that as well. So you'd think potentially, like especially with the MCU,
bro, if they get Spider-Man in this,
and that theme song, imagine that.
No, bro. If that happens, then this is better than Godfather. This is better than Godfather. It's better than Godfather. For me, this is better than Godfather. And basically, this is like Citizen Kane levels, bro. Like, and also because my thing, because I said that it's Disney, so they have to share it with Sony. But they still have like, I don't know what the percentage is, but they're like, bro, no, that's for the movies.
Movies, yes.
The
Animation.
deal is for live action, it's not for animation.
Yeah.
That's for live action. So for animation, that's all Marvel.
Yeah,
so Sony
exactly.
can't say anything for that.
I'm pretty sure the original Spider-Man OG is on Disney Plus. I think it's on
No. Like when I had Disney Plus, because I didn't watch the whole series before, so that's the first thing I did when I got Disney Plus like years ago was watch the. You mean the Fox Kids one?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
No. The first thing I did was watch the whole, because I never finished. So I watched that whole entire thing when I first got Disney Plus. So yeah, it's on there. Yeah.
Yeah, so I would. I mean, I'm only speculating. Maybe they might not. I don't know. But if they were to do that, then I'd be like, it would certainly be up there as one of the best, because that was a really good crossover. So maybe it's this animation that might actually end up saving Marvel, because if you can keep the level of storytelling at this level, and then you then extend that into a resurrected Spider-Man animated 90, and other sort of series and stuff like that as well, then maybe
because that's because I mean, someone even said it to the chat, like, could this like save the MCU? See, if they look at this and they can sort of mirror this to live action, where okay, this is Cyclops, this is Jean Grey, this is freaking Wolverine, this is Storm, this is what all these guys are about. Let's try, and because if this is so, because bro, like the reaction to this has been insane, and the key thing about it is that people like us who grew up with the cartoon are like, this is amazing. But the key thing that people who didn't watch the cartoon have not like, oh, this is actually pretty damn good for a kids show, And I think like a kids show doesn't, and that's why what's made the X-Men thing so good, because see, for me, they were actually both good, but the animation on Spider-Man was, I felt, a bit better. Like, let's be real, some of the animation in X-Men, look, this is for kids. No one's really watching. So there were like loads of animation mistakes, but the storytelling was like, it's actually pretty deep for kids.
What I'm saying, when people say X-Men is kids, like, yes, it is for kids, but the actual it's not like that. There's depth. Like, a lot of stuff made for kids these days has zero depth in its writing. It's just zero. Like the stuff in the X-Men was like, there was depth to it. Even like in these episodes where like you see episode 2 and you see what happens.
Whoa, bro! Imagine if that's. You know what? I think I would lose it.
Yeah,
because you know what I've always said. Like, for me, like, see, my comic was Spider-Man. You see, for me, I didn't really read Batman comics. I just liked the Batman Tim Burton films. The comic I read was Spider-Man, and that cartoon, that was like that was my thing. And I've not liked a single Spider-Man film, because I'm like, bro, no, that's not Spider-Man. The best Spider-Man in like live action ish is that cartoon. If they bring this back, I'm done.
Yeah.
But sorry, continue what you're saying.
No, obviously I've took the administration, but that's what I'm saying. It's like now because in a sort of the MCU kind of way, they can easily do crossovers and things and stuff like that. So I definitely would, in the same vein, I would like to see, I would like to see an MCU of an animated MCU, good anime with these themes of these depths. Bring the Fantastic Four in, bring Iron Man in.
Okay. So what you're saying is just do the stuff in animation.
Yeah,
bring the MCU into an animation.
Own series, like, establish them. So bring back 90s Spider-Man, have his thing, etc. And then like back in the day, you have your crossover episodes, your crossover things where they come in. Not like supporting me doing it all the time that it becomes meaningless. Yeah. But that occasion you get. I agree with Sadiq that someone has the worst Spider-Man, by the way. I don't know why people say that he was brilliant. I really,
that's a loaded.
But I won't go into it.
Okay, I mean, because that's it's complicated. It's complicated.
Yes.
Because I sort of agree but disagree, but I sort of agree, but it's a bit of a complicated answer. But actually, wait, so Waske, have you actually seen this new X-Men 97? Did you really watch it?
I have, yes.
Now, but the key thing, because I know you're like 14 years old. Did you watch the original show? It's a simple question. Did you watch the original show?
Yes, I've watched pieces of the original show. Have not watched it in full. I wasn't obviously around like HH when.
There we. Well, you can say the same thing as artists, because artists grew up with it as well. So we're in the same boat.
Well, no, look, I didn't watch. I've watched it. I've seen enough of the original to not watch it in as a whole. Basically,
Okay.
I've seen enough of it. I know what it is. So
Okay.
also what it was anyway.
So general thoughts on the show then for the first 2 episodes, and then I'll come to Blake.
I've enjoyed it. Because it's refreshing to see not only the X-Men being portrayed the way they should have been portrayed, but to see Wolverine, bro.
Oh my god! No, don't worry, we'll get there. We'll get just do it overall because I want to cut this into like sections. So we're gonna have a Wolverine section, but just overall thoughts. But
yeah,
we'll save it because I need to talk. I need to end the whole section on freaking Wolverine, bro. Because bro, you do not know. You know, like I almost cried, bro. Just overall, I was like, oh my, every. Okay, you know what? Let's just save it. But just overall thoughts, save it because I need. There's lots to get to talk about Wolverine. But continue.
Yeah, no, he needs his own section. Yeah, look, I always said obviously I'm a huge comics. I physically reading the books, the comic books, and then the next best thing when it comes to fictional stuff like this is animation.
Yeah.
Because the movies, they are what they are. Just there's not I'll be honest. Other than the first Iron Man film, I haven't really been excited to be like, oh man, because Marvel really killed that vibe for me because it started off on the trajectory was high from the Iron Man trilogy and
the whole like Thanos building up to Thanos and everything. So
to Infinity War, up until that point, it was I can roll with this, and then they went down the comedic and BS, just bullshit rap, political crap, and all this nonsense. And then I just lost my way. And to be honest, I've lost track of the MCU now. I actually don't know.
But I have no idea what's happening, bro. Because see, here's the thing, though. I'm sorry, I ain't watching a third iteration of Fantastic Four. Stop it. No, stop it. No,
that's finished. Fantastic Four is finished. Forget about that.
It's done.
Especially why after the last one. When we saw the entire group just get annihilated.
But that was like an alternate unit. So it was like, but this is them. But remember, it was alternate universe. So it's like,
what was this?
I don't believe. I'm not for 1 second.
Multiverse of Madness. You know when the alternates. So it was the alternate Peggy Carter, the alternate Mr. Fantastic got like.
Yeah, but I'm not believing one of the smartest people. Mr. Fantastic is supposed to be the smartest man.
And then the guy just got like that was freaking dumb, bro. And also
disintegrated.
Let's keep it a start, bro. Pedro Pascal is miscast as thinking no, like John Krasinski. No, that is Mr. Fantastic. Pedro Pascal, he's in everything now. But I'm sorry, he's miscast.
100%. And look, only other thing I've really been kept up to date is with the Loki TV series, only because it's a TV series. That's the only other thing. But look, I love animations, and X-Men 97. It's good to see, just purely based on the basis that the X-Men was ruined to a point where I thought there's no return for this group. People are excited about, potentially, obviously, you got Deadpool and Wolverine coming up, but let's see where it goes.
No, but it's so funny. It's just so funny how things are gonna work. So Deadpool Wolverine is coming out, and now because of fans, he's now wearing the whole yellow costume and everything.
Yeah.
I just want to see because, bro, how Wolverine is presented here, and that freaking 10-foot BFG from Sydney. Now coming out, because I say, guys, this is what I kept on talking about because the way Wolverine was presented in this, that's Wolverine. Because Wolverine, he's a midget. I'm sorry, he's a midget. He's a glorified hobbit.
It's like when people were complaining. I mean, I remember those rumors when they said Daniel Radcliffe was going to do Wolverine, and people were saying, and I was like, okay, interesting. And people were saying, oh, we can't play Wolverine because he's not tall enough. I'm like, what the hell? Like this is the problem.
No, for me, like for Radcliffe, is like for me, It's just that I just don't think he has the right vibe.
Yeah,
But to say he's too short, like
Sure.
no,
You
that's
know
his
the problem
the
is-
size.
The problem is the way the live action has portrayed Wolverine to be.
Wait,
So,
no, Blake, wait, hold on. Save it. Wait, because I need to, because we're gonna have the Wolverine section, but wait, let me just bring this in, man. So shout out to your boy Sam H7. I'm glad you introduced me to X-Men. Oh no, look, man. Like I tell you, you're gonna enjoy this, bro. You will freaking enjoy this because this stuff, like, it's amazing. So, Blake, overall thoughts on X-Men and 7 before we get into specific, just overall thoughts on the show, the first two eps, Blake.
honestly, I haven't seen it yet, but based on what you guys have been saying, and obviously me being a big fan of the '90s Spider-Man and the old stuff, it's something I'm actually definitely looking forward to checking out. I've kind of like tailored off a bit when it comes to Marvel because ever since
No, Blake, it's don't like what's so funny. Endgame was literally what it was. Endgame, it's over.
No, but you get what I mean. Like the excitement for Marvel stuff for me died. I watched Marvel What If, the other shows that they had here and there, but based on the trailers, it looks like a solid series. I'm gonna definitely check it out. I'm just getting through the other series that I got on hand right now. But
what show are you currently watching now?
I'm watching Invincible. And
okay.
that's about it so far. So once I get done with that, I'm gonna go over.
But I think everyone say, bro, everyone has to be watch freaking Shogun, bro. Like it is literally the best show right now. Shogun, it is easily the best show because it's on FX, also Disney Plus. That show is freaking incredible. But all right, let's go into some specifics right now. So let's first, because we need to first talk about your boy. Because I think we're going to be overlapping with the movies, Cyclops. So you see, this is where my beef with those bum ass films are, and I'll keep reiterating. All those X-Men films are trash. I don't give a crap. Name anyone. Days of Future Break. I don't give a crap. They all stink.
I didn't like any of them.
If you grew up with the show, those things they are all trash. Now, Cyclops, whether you like it or not, whether you want to admit it or not, Cyclops is the leader of the X-Men. That is what he is. And you see,
and also co-leader is Storm, by the way. I like Storm is co-leader with Cyclops. That's right. Not some
she's powerful, people.
Yes.
Okay. She's not the side chick.
She's not a freaking side chick. No, but see, here's the thing though, it's like, so Cyclops now, he's the leader. You can't have a guy who is taller than the leader mocking him. This is when which we get to get to Wolverine. So when you have in the movies where Hugh Jackman is taller than James Marsden, he's looking down at him and he's mocking him. You're like, who the heck is this bum ass visor merchant, bro? Why the hell should we take this guy seriously as a leader? But then when you look at the cartoon where Cyclops is taller than Wolverine, Wolverine is a freaking midget, and he's clearly established as the leader who is giving orders, then you can say, oh, this is why people like Wolverine. Because most people aren't leaders, aren't in charge. Most of us are having to vote the guys. So we looked for it because of that. But I want to just focus on Cyclops. Like, when you just look at Cyclops, I'm like, bro, yes, this is how it's supposed to freaking be, man. He's supposed to be the damn leader. He's supposed to be giving orders, and he's the guy that is fully in command. And just in those two episodes, that was way better characterization of Cyclops than in all the 300 billion movies that they made of this whole thing.
Can I say something about Cyclops?
Yes, Marcy, go for it, Marcy.
I've read the comics and watched the TV show. It came a little later in Germany. So it was more in the 2000s when it's aired in Germany. So I watched it as a kid. And Cyclops was he's one of the main characters. He is not a scheißig. He's powerful on his own, okay?
Yeah.
And they made the problem with the movies, they made Wolverine the most powerful, the main character. And he is the side chick. He's the outsider of the group.
Yes.
But I never understood that they do that. So I was happy how they managed the character in the new TV show. I was so happy.
Oh yeah, no, it was amazing. And so artists, speaking your boy Cyclops, and now everyone can comment. Artists.
Yeah, no. That's like what I'm saying. It's like the way that and it's not just like because I mean it's a travesty that the original cartoon was what 97, obviously, and we're now
94.
So 94, but I think it ended
in 96.
96. So yeah. So essentially, since then to now, we've not had a good characterization of Cyclops, even in the cartoons, because evolution.
No, yeah, I was not. I checked out. Like I checked, and also what's Wolverine and the X-Men.
Yeah, Wolverine and the X-Men. And then I think that's it. I can't think of any other X-Men related. I'm not watched. There's an anime which I've not watched. So, but and then the movies. Like I said, the first three, he's definitely not leader. He's not doing anything. The reboot's similar thing. So unless you've read the comics, Cyclops characterized it's taken almost half a century to get some decent characterization of Cyclops again. And as I said, I like the fact that whether they've continued with this, where they've made Storm also co-leader as well. Because to me, that's how it should be. Storm, because they both have. You saw, especially in this episode, you saw how Cyclops is the more pragmatic battle strategy tactical type of guy, and Storm is also powerful, also in friends, but she's obviously more wise and more compassionate.
But we'll get to Storm because I want to Storm because and also because I want to shout out to Halle Berry, but we'll get there. We'll get there. On Cyclops, but I mean, bro, because I think the issue is that they just, and this goes back to that freaking moron Brand Singer. Oh, Cyclops, he's just the Boy Scout and he's just really boring, and let's just get the cool guy to see it. I was like, no. Yes, he's a Boy Scout and everything, but he's the leader because he's got leadership qualities.
Yeah, it's like Leonardo of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Like Leonardo is the leader of the TMT. Yeah. Raphael is the one that's so Wolverine is kind of in a way supposed to be like the Raphael, the guy who does his own thing, can be in trouble, etc. But you would never have Raphael being the leader of the TMT.
No.
It wouldn't work. It's just, but for some reason, But anyway, yeah. So yeah, they characterize Cyclops really well, and obviously at the end of episode 2, it's going to be very interesting. I don't know what's going to happen at the end because. So does anybody want to just chip in on Cyclops and just
Okay.
Let me bring in your boy Barry and come to you so Barry.
Yeah, man, I liked it, and you know that scene in the first episode, I believe. When they were landing and he was looking cool and all that. I liked it.
Bro, that was real, bro.
That
and also Barry, imagine if you were like me and Aris and you grew up with the show.
I mean, when I was a kid, there was a channel where they used to play retro cartoons. So that's
okay. Wait, Barry. Okay, wait, relax. I'm not a freaking relic, bro. Don't call it relic.
No, I'm not old. I'm 23.
Relic is being kind.
Why ask shop? Why Barry?
And I'm 33, so it was on the TV. But yeah, I liked it because in the movies they tried to push him over and try to make a Wolverine or Magneto the main focus on the movies, but I like the scene of the landing and just the overall way they put him on the show. I like this so far.
All right, so who else wanted to talk on Cyclops?
Yeah, I do, man.
All right, Z-Man and then Hartimo. Z-Man.
I know that you grew up with it in the bunkers of World War II.
Here comes the hate. Here comes the hate, man. Here comes the hate.
But
I didn't say whenever a guy says, "Oh, I knew that this is really special and everything," but let me now insult this bum ass thing that you grew up.
Yeah, how did you scream it in the bunkers, man? In the trenches.
That's dud, man. That's doing it. But to go back into it, the fact that they kept the same voice actors, right? They kept majority the same voice actors.
The Cyclops voice actor died, so he's not the same. So Storm is the same, Wolverine is the same, Beast is the same. I'm not sure about the other ones, but those three are definitely the same.
That just shows you that this is more of a passion project for some in terms of coming back and actually cementing the role that they've once been known for. But when it comes to the series, one thing about Cyclops that I don't think was translated as much when it came to the movies was
the bum-ass
this-
films. Call it the bum-ass
yeah,
brick-ass films.
yeah, the brick films
Yeah.
was the fact that this guy's he had battle intelligence. Like he wasn't just using his lasers just for the sake of using, even though it's not
Exactly.
laser.
Exactly. Yeah.
There's actually battle tactics behind what he's doing, and he actually made sense with every move he was making. He was actually very calculated.
Actually, in the films, who was actually giving the tactics in the films? Because I've blanked them out of my head. Who's actually giving battle strategy?
I swear it was Beast.
I think it
No,
was
no, it wasn't
vibes.
Beast.
No, it
Beast.
was vibes.
Beast.
It was vibes.
It was. Yeah, J2 is right. It was vibes. They
Are you
like,
Okay, so you're going into fight Sentinels and you're like, yo guys, just vibe out.
That's what I mean. They were running the Podge
yeah.
tactic, man. Just giving everyone a chance to do whatever they want, man.
Waske, if you open your mouth and say anything related to a volcano, a tornado, or a hailstorm, and I'll throw you out of this whole thing.
No, we're gonna get there. Don't worry.
I like how they stick to every single character and the little who they are as a character, staying true to as close as they can to the comic book compared to those bum movies where it felt like Cyclops was just he was Wolverine's little son. He was like he was there.
Like, he's making he literally was soning him. Okay, so before we go to the next,
Let me experience.
So let me come to Hartimon then to Waske. Hartimon.
Hi. So yeah, I mean, I was more of a Spider-Man animated series for the Fox growing up than X-Men. Though I did also enjoy X-Men.
Shout out to Static Shock, man.
Yes, that was pretty good. I think the thing that you have to appreciate when it comes to films is it's a different movie than a series that's animated. You're going to have less time to sort of expand the characters. You're going to have to make some
Cap.
No. But wait,
no. It's not. I know. It's not about a time thing. It's about this is the character. This is the character. So my thing is, I swear to you, from the first episode of that cartoon, like, oh, this is Cyclops, this is Storm, this is Wolverine, and in about 10 minutes, you've established the dynamics of the team. So it's not about an hour. So it's not about time. It's about from the first few minutes. Oh, this is who he is. This is who he is. This is who he is. Like even in this show, Hatsmo, somebody who's never watched the X-Men cartoons. In the first 5 minutes, you know what everyone's role is in this team very clearly. After 5 minutes.
I absolutely get that, and I agree with that. I'm not disagreeing with you at all. I think it can be done in a film format. So I'm just laying the background in the sense.
Okay.
When you're transforming one medium to another, there's always going to be sacrifices, and you're seeing it even with Dune. There's some fans of the book that had issues with the film because of what's been left out of the books, etc. So you just have to appreciate that there's going to be stuff that's always going to not translate, and you have to do your best to adapt, you know? And so with the X-Men films, I think what they were going for was sort of making Cyclops a more background character and sort of emphasizing the relationship with Jean. And that obviously took a hit on his leadership qualities as such. So you kind of just saw him as the boyfriend figure running around with Jean rather than having his own emphasis. And maybe that's a business.
But that's just poor writing, though. That's just
it's incredibly bad. It's incredibly bad writing because it's like once you do that, then it's like okay, then what's the point of him being there though? Because because even in football, every team needs to have a captain. You need to have a clear leader. So we saw a film where there is a group who fights battles, but there's no general. So how can you have a regiment? Every regiment in an army, every regiment has, okay, this is the general and captain and this guy, and then there's a guy in command. There's someone who is second in command. So whenever we go into battle, this is the guy in command. How do you have a film where you have a guy, people going into battle, and there isn't not a clear established leader? It's mind-boggling.
Wolverine, but in the films at least, that's what they try to portray. I think, in a sense, because but even in the films though, they were caught between a rock and a hard place because they tried to make it Wolverine, but they're like, oh, he's an outcast, but we want to make him the main guy, but he's an outcast. So they were like, sort of like, okay, wait, but what do we do with him? Because we want to make him the main guy, but we also want to be true to the comic by making him an outcast. So it was confused. It's true, and sometimes we're not in those rooms when they're in with the execs. And is this something that's been forced upon the director? And sometimes they just have to accept it and think, no, we want to make sure that Wolverine is the front of the film and we don't care. And so sometimes directors and writers don't have as much freedom as we like to think they do. And sometimes these can be studio exec making certain decisions above your pay grade. And you think, well, this is not going to work. And
you hear it all the time with so many films coming out that, there's only very few directors that get the director freedom that you're talking about that are able to establish how.
No, but again, okay, this is just me being like a movie digging guy. So this is Brand Singer, and you have to realize that The Usual Suspects was a huge hit. Usual Suspects came out in 1995. X-Men came out in 2000. So maybe it didn't have huge name, but Brand Singer was a pretty big name after he did The Usual Suspects. So I think that he had pretty strong power with who he could choose. And remember, this was 2000. Comic books were only just starting to say what's up. So I think that for Brand Singer, in my view, because I remember the build of this film. Because really, it was supposed to be Dougray Scott, who was supposed to be Wolverine, but he had crazy, he chose to do MI2 instead of this. But then he said, okay, I want to do Hugh Jackman and everything. So I think that was I'm going to say it was Brand Singer's choice to say, I want to go with Hugh Jackman.
There's always going to be studio execs involved. The only people that I believe that can truly get away with having really studio execs out of their hand, in terms, because I also used to work in the creative industry, are like people like Christopher Nolan and Steven Spielberg and the
James Cameron,
James Cameron. These people are the people that can get kind of a blank check. And even with, for example, someone like Christopher Nolan with the new James Bond film is going to do.
But okay, you know what? We'll get to that when we get to Wolverine. But okay, so Wisuke, your thoughts on Cyclops and before we move, Wisuke.
Man, I've not seen such a major character in any kind of whether it's series, TV series, comic book series, movies, just be thrown to the wayside
It's bad.
How did this guy went from being portrayed as the head guy of this group, leaving aside Charles Xavier, the head guy of this group, the almost commander-in-chief, to basically being a pick-me in the films. And
sorry, it could be worse. He could have been portrayed like Gambit. Gambit probably is.
Look,
Gambit.
Wait. Was Gambit in the films?
Gambit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
bro, you wouldn't know.
we
You
don't
He's in
know.
death.
you wouldn't know.
It was so bad, man. It was
It's
so bad.
bad,
Man, they have destroyed this.
Gambit, man.
Wasn't
My
it-
boy, Gambit, man.
How you can go from being like the leader of the group to basically being a cuck to Wolverine and Jean, this weird relationship.
No, Wisuke, it's so bad that they killed him.
I know.
They just said, F it.
You know
Kill
what
him.
the thing was? You know what? Cyclops was like reduced to a guy who has no control of his powers. It's like oh, let's watch out. If this dude's taking shades off, we're screwed.
No, but it's true. But it's so crazy, because remember when I was watching last time, it's like we are literally as soon as I got done, so popcorn here, drink here. Oh, Cyclops is gone. Okay, that's how quick it was.
But I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised because how many films was he in out of the main ones? I think it was like in
No, just the 3. It was one because he died in last time because James Marsden there, because I think they were doing Superman Returns at the same time. So he was like, I don't want to commit, and then he then went to do Superman Returns with Sanga. But yeah, it was just those X-Men 1, X2, and Last Stand, and that was it.
And
Technically,
he was
I wouldn't say 3 because he's only in that last movie for like 2 minutes.
Yeah, actually, it's really 2.
It's 2, yes.
It's 2.
So, and look, I don't know if you're going to discuss Storm, but Storm was another thing as well. Because
wait, okay, you know what? Perfect. Let's actually go into Storm right now. So here's the thing. So let me just do stream marker right here. Storm. Okay, here's the thing. So you know how people say that, like blah blah. Okay, why do you want to shock blah blah? You see, Halle Berry. We all love Halle Berry. Okay, we all love Halle Berry. Halle Berry, she had. But so this was 2000. So really, it's like bringing it into the 90s. So really, in the 90s, who was one of the major black actresses in the 90s? Angela Bassett. And everyone knew that, 2000, the only actress you should go for that has the look, the aura, the presence, and the acting thing
is Angela Bassett. Halle Berry is too short. She's too small. And yes, we love what she looks like. She's not a good actress. Everyone knows that she is not a good actress. So again, you're like, what? And then you look at this cartoon and like, as Adi just said, Storm, she's second in command. And she has a very powerful presence. So she's got a very kind of motherly fake figure. That is the complete opposite of freaking Halle Berry, who, that's not somebody who would say, oh, who's like graceful and has a kind of motherly presence. No, she's not that, because she's petite. So when you just looked at how Storm was represented, it's like, no, that is freaking Storm. And do you know how strong she freaking is? And she's second in command, man. What the freak?
Storm is the only character that the Fox series seem to somehow gradually make worse and worse and worse. Because not only in the Halle Berry, in the X-Men 1 to 3, you're correct, that she was just some sort of, I mean, yeah, she had the powers, but she was basically just almost like Cyclops, just another side chick to Wolverine and whatever else was going on with Wolverine's story. Effectively, that's what was happening. But to make matters worse, when they did the reboot and they cast a young guy, I forget the name of the actress. I couldn't care less, to be honest.
Oh yeah. Remember that light-skinned chick? Yeah, I remember her.
Yeah. Why is always light skin, by the way? Alexandra Ship.
Ship. Yeah.
And when they made it, because they booked it, and when they brought her in, they're like, I want to be like. This is when they made Mystique the main character for some reason. Jessica, and like,
Mystique. How do you make Mystique the main? Do you know how stupid you have to be? But sorry, continue. Sorry.
But it's the point that they made. They literally wrote Storm being like, Storm looked up to Mystique. I want to be like her. I want to be like Mystique. I was like, are you fucking kidding with me? They literally made, and like they dumbed down her powers, and it was like, okay, yeah, they made a Horseman of Apocalypse. I'm not even going to go into how they ruined Apocalypse, because for me that pissed me off more. Apocalypse.
Okay. When you look at Oscar Isaac, is that a guy that you'd be afraid of if he had a freaking lightsaber in his hand? That guy could have a lightsaber and a nuke in his hand and be like, yo, what's up?
Even it could have even at least made the character look like not some sort of like blue Teletubby, but some threatening. Apocalypse is like one of my most favorite comic book villains of all time. And they made it look like a blue Teletubby. What the? It was like,
left behind, man. He's a Transformer that got left behind, man.
But some of my most favorite, like one of my most favorite comic book stories is the Age of Apocalypse storyline, because that brought in a lot of things as well. So, but putting that aside, like the way that and that's why I fear for the MCU, because like they have never written Storm well at all, and for some reason they don't seem to know how to. I don't know why.
I'm so honest. I'll be real with you, and this is what I'll say. And F it, I don't care, bro. Black Panther's not a great character, man. So if you wanted to say, hey, Black Panther, so let's keep it real. I'm not. Listen, wait, hold on. Let me. Black Panther. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yes. I'm gonna keep it as no. I'm gonna keep it as stack. Black Panther. No, let me. Black Panther's not a great character. Falcon is Captain America's houseboy.
Oh, you talk about
War Machine is Iron Man's houseboy. So for me, those characters, black characters. Hey, here's a black character. Cool. They are crap. Storm, that's a character. That is someone who's like, okay, yeah, that's a character. So
Falcon is beyond a side chick, man.
It's Storm is Luke Cage.
Nah. Like cheesy for me, cheesy. But
you're right. They just haven't written Storm well, and I'm worried about the live action. But going to something, just obviously, just in the case of this, it's. Okay, spoilers. With what happened?
Godlock, relax. Come on, Godlock. Don't do that. Come on, Godlock.
With the way they happen, I'm like, please, return her powers. Please.
No. Like, here's the thing. If they don't return up, like, I'm done with this show. Like, because my thing is okay. Great cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Because you know how it was. I was like, because it just shows you like, how is a cartoon making me actually shout at the TV screen? Because I was about to say, why did you jump in front of this bum ass Magneto, bro?
When Magneto saw what they did, and I saw his eyes, I was like, this guy's gonna kill them. with the way they wrote it, I literally thought that like.
But my thing, okay, but why did Storm save? Why did Storm jump in front of the bullet? Why are you saving my magneto? Why?
No, because that's the thing. This is Storm. This is what Storm's armor is: compassion. At her heart, it was like it's so she didn't do an unstorm thing. I legit thought that when they did that, Magneto was going to kill them all. But obviously,
I thought it was just going to say,
I thought
them all.
I was going to just, but obviously now, by doing so, now they've obviously created a situation that is better for mutants because it's like, okay, we now have to compromise, blah 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 blah. Killmonger.
God talk.
HH Blade. Blade is yellow black or that's it. Blade.
No. And also Addis. Okay, Addis, okay, Effie, conspiracy theory. So you just talked about how Storm, she's progressively gotten worse and worse and worse and worse. Ardius, do you know the Blade film was announced like 3,000 years ago, before Christ?
Yeah.
Like before Christ popped off, the Blade film by Mahershala Ali was announced.
He was there.
Do you know
you were there for the premiere?
So do you know that this film has not started filming?
No.
Do you know how long ago?
It's a mess.
So a film about a vampire hunter, you can't get right.
You can't get right, yeah.
Wait,
I'm just because again, this is just me being conspiracy theory. Black Panther, hey, let's appeal to Africa. War Machine, Iron Man side boy, Falcon, Captain America's side boy.
The only thing I can think of is they're using
uncomfortable conversations.
Respect Black
So the only thing sorry, go on. I was just going to say the only thing they can think with Blade is that whether because Blade would effectively be R-rated, whether they want to see how Deadpool is, because that's potentially going to be R-rated, and then if that's a success,
because I refuse to believe that. I'll believe it when I see it, but I refuse to believe that Disney are going to release a major film that's fully R-rated. So I want to see what they do with Deadpool and Wolverine, because I'm sorry, he's a vampire hunter. It's going to be extreme. So you can't make a PG-13 film about a dude who hunts vampires. How?
I mean, you might as well
Disney will try.
introduce Dora
Disney
in
will
the
try.
movie, man. At that point, I mean, like this, it's not serious. They're not serious. I mean, we've always known that Marvel like Disneyfies everything, bro. They try to make it appealing to the mass.
But Z-Man, Deadpool and Wolverine is apparently. I mean, am I wrong? Isn't it R-rated?
Yeah.
The trailer
Yeah.
is basically said it. So,
But even the trailer, the YSK, it isn't as graphic as the previous films. I was looking at it, and they've definitely toned it down. Like they've definitely watered it down.
It's most likely going to be PG-13, man.
Put it this way. It's R-rated for Disney, so that's not the same
Exactly.
thing.
Exactly.
not
That's not
Yeah,
true.
it's like, so what is R-rated for? Because I'm sorry, I don't know whether the mouse is going to allow a screen to literally be covered in blood, which is what's like a thing has been, man. You see, here's the thing. God, look, I'm sorry. Say what you want to judge me. Here's the thing. Let me before we go to Wolverine.
Yeah.
At the end of Endgame, I was just like, wait, why did he give him the freak? No, his shield goes to freaking Bucky, bro. Why are you giving him the shield? Don't give him the shield.
In fairness, I do. In the
RDS, don't lie. You were angry that they gave him the shield.
In the context of the MCU, I kind of understand it because, like, it wouldn't make.
No. Aris, I don't want to hear about context. I'm talking about you, the man. What was your emotion when they gave the shield to Pigeon?
You've got to remember, like, Bucky is still a fugitive, so you can't sort of give you can't give the shield to someone who's basically still considered a war criminal of the state, unless they're going to go down Secret Avengers route. You can't do that. So Falcon was obviously the safe PR work for the government kind of choice, which in the context of MCU makes sense. Bucky only got the shield in the comics because at that point it was after, I think, the Civil War Registration Act and the Avengers were like outlaws. So that's why it made sense for Bucky to get the shield in the comics. They didn't go down this route completely in the film, so it made sense. The problem is that they, like with a lot of things when they do these things, that they don't. I don't have any problem with when people take different mantles, especially if they work with the character closely. The issue is that what they do is that they try and make Falcon like Captain America, rather than making him Falcon and actually.
Let's keep
That's
it
the
real.
problem.
They gave Captain America Civil War when he didn't deserve that. That should have been more of a Marvel movie than a Captain America trilogy, because that involved every single hero in it.
Exactly.
It was still Captain America. Stop freaking hating.
It's not. It's more than that.
Speak on it, Z-Man. Speak on it. Speak on it.
See, but okay.
Hey, Paige, that was like our first introduction to Spider-Man in the MCU, so you got a point.
Yeah. Okay, so before we be touching Boy Wolverine, because I need to tell this on Wolverine. Shout out to Josh Roden. Now I don't know whether is it. I don't think this is a positive. We got
It's Will Smith.
so let me get it. So we have a drunk, unshaven hero. That's what we have.
A drunk hobo.
No. You see, I told you, these are my peeps. These are people who I'm proud to hold the fist up to. Spawn,
yeah, okay.
Spawn.
There's not been a good
Blade,
Spawn.
Storm,
Wait, why
Bishop. Because bro, do you know how good of it, bro? He's basically, remember it says Cable and Bishop, so he's like a time traveling thingy, and that bomb-ass clown made Bishop like a freaking. Like, did you see how Bishop was in that Days of Future?
But
oh my god! It's okay. Real quick before Wolverine. So it's called Days of Future Past. The main character of that. Guys, okay, you know what? Screw it. Bran Singer is a racist. He's a racist. Let me tell you why Bran Singer is a racist. So it's called Days of Future Past. Anybody who knows it's about time travel. The time traveling soldier is Bishop. He's the guy that sets things in motion. Where was he in the film?
But because they made Wolverine. That's what I'm saying. It's Wolverine, and Wolverine was the one that went back in time, because Wolverine was the whole X-Men franchise movie was Wolverine and the X-Men. That's literally all it was. Pro and a minus. That's literally it. Over the last 10 years. That's been it. Hugh Jackman.
Yeah, but I want to know, why do you not like Black Panther, the character in the comics, or do you not like the iteration in the movie?
Okay, because before I go to the real quick, so when I was like, okay, I never read the comic growing up. I just never did. So when the Civil War came, I was like, okay, you know what? Let me actually read the comics. And I was reading, I was like, nah, I'm sorry. This is
a
not,
good.
like,
what are you talking about?
No, like no, basically,
He's a great
again, it's just
He's
for me.
a
I feel
great
like
character.
give me Storm, give me Spawn, give me Blade, give me Bishop. Black Panther, no, sorry, I'm not feeling it, bro.
It depends what comic book. There's some Black Panther and some bad ones. It depends what comic run you read. That's the problem with Black Panther. There's like
actually, you know what?
Really
because
bad
because this is a topic though, and I need you. I mean, we need to get about why is Piccolo black. I need an answer to this, but we'll get the because I've never understood this. Okay, but we'll get there. So why people say Piccolo is black?
Anyway, someone had to play it, man. So.
Because we decided, man.
You know, Z-Man, that's actually what I thought the answer was. But so okay, now let's talk about your boy, guys. So for many, this is why I'm so happy that this cartoon came out, especially now. So for so long, I said that Wolverine has to be short. Oh, why does he have to be a hobbit? Why does he have to be a midget? You can't have like you can't have Tywin Lannister. You can't have Tyrion Lannister play a hobbit. I was like, okay, I didn't mean that's freaking. I just said he is 5'5", at most 5'7". Wolverine isn't taller than 5'7". He can't be taller than 5'7". And I said that is a crucial part of his character, because comic books, it's a visual medium. It's a visual medium. So when an artist draws a character, it's a particular reason why they draw that character. When you look at Wolverine in this, that is why we like Wolverine. Making Wolverine tall and the leader, you've taken away everything that's about him. That's cool. What makes Wolverine cool aren't his powers. Yeah, that's powers. Yeah, that's and everything. That's not what makes him cool. It's the whole package. It's obviously the claws. He's short. He's got short-man syndrome. He's very impulsive. He has zero leadership qualities. He's an outcast. And he is constantly chasing Jean Grey, who is obviously fully committed with Cyclops. It's all that's into which is why he's so popular, you freaking moron.
I got a question. Is he short in the new game that's coming out?
So there was a leak that came through, and I think he is.
Oh, okay.
I think he's in the league. I think he is.
Because one thing I noticed about live action is they take a lot of core stuff that makes the original good. Like we saw this with Avatar. We've seen this with the Dragon Ball live action where they make freaking Goku. Yeah, Yu Yu Hakusho. They made freaking Goku go to high school in this Dragon Ball live action. So you see a lot of the time that they do that, and even with Spider-Man, the Tobey Maguire one, he was shooting artificial webs, organic webs.
Actually, so I said that. So I never said 5'4". I said that the tallest Wolverine should be is 5'7". And shout out to Jason who actually mentioned this in the chat. So I should look this up. And obviously he's committing out to that brick franchise. Tom Hardy would have been a great Wolverine. Tom Hardy is 5'7".
Oh yeah, he's freaking.
He's 5'7". So he's literally the perfect height for Wolverine. Just that, and he would have made an amazing Wolverine because he's got the acting, he's got the aura, and he's the perfect height and has the right look. It's just that he's obviously
And that Venom,
and that Venom thing is freaking horrible. But yeah, so the whole Wolverine thing, that like when you just look at literally, Wolverine was literally the funniest character in those 2 episodes, and that is because we like Wolverine because he's a freaking outcast. So it's because it's a combination of he's an outcast, he's short, he's got a short man syndrome, he's impulsive, he's got anger issues, and is constantly chasing Jean Grey, who is obviously with Cyclops. All that put together is why he's the most popular character.
J-Jock can relax.
but
he also. So go on.
No, I was gonna say, what's crazy? One thing I've noticed is that there's been a common trend where they've just taken away like the elements that make these characters good. Like we're in an era where we're seeing movies that shouldn't get a standalone movie getting a standalone movie. Venom shouldn't have his own movie.
Heck
Craven
no!
shouldn't have his own. Craven shouldn't have his own movie.
No!
Why do we have a Madam Web
Morbius.
movie?
Morbius.
Why are these people getting
Freaking
movies?
Morbius got his own movie.
Tell me why we have a feature-length film about Morbius.
Because Matt.
Hey, Joe's crazy.
Don't forget Madam Web as well.
Exactly, Jason. Madam Web.
Madam Web, Madam Web was the side chick to the side chick to the side chick to that side chick of that side chick of that side chick of that side chick's side chick.
Nobody knows who Madam Web is. Nobody.
Wait, no. Samantha, Madam Web was like in like 3 freaking episodes in the cartoon. No one cares who she is.
Maybe a young woman.
Madam Web had about 2 minutes airtime in those cartoons.
Why escape blink and you miss her?
Oh yeah.
Why escape blink and you miss? Oh yeah, she was old. Was she?
And
the whole film about so what? She's called Madam Web, and what we know of her is how old. Who said that? Imagine what Madam Web was like when she was 4 years old. And when she went, who cares? What she was when she was like? Who cares?
Hey, how are you gonna do a Venom movie without Spider-Man? That doesn't make any sense.
They did.
Again,
blood pressure.
You have to understand about it. Yeah, look, my blood pressure is already too high already. So here's the thing: because Venom, that's my number 1 villain. My number 1 villain is Venom. Has always been my number 1 villain, and Venom only works with Spider-Man because that is his greatest adversary. We don't care about Eddie Brock's backstory. We don't care about Venom as a character. We don't want to know. Venom purely exists for Spider-Man. Him and Carnage, they purely exist for Spider-Man.
Is Venom? I wouldn't say greatest. I make a case based on the comics for Green Goblin.
No. Okay, so
I would say the most.
It's his toughest villain.
Toughest villain, yeah. I'd say
so he's the villain that's he almost like his nightmare is Venom. Like obviously his greatest villain, but the one where this is where Spider-Man could actually be killed here. Like this stuff is Venom.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Even people like Craven could have been used in a Spider-Man movie instead of again a star. Like who gives a shit about Craven by himself?
Why? I don't care. But you know what it is? It's very so end of. I think it was the end of Amazing Spider-Man 1. And this is what they did really well in the Spider-Man Fox Kids cartoon, which was the Sinister 6 or 7, Sinister 6.
Yeah, that was really good.
And that was done so well in the cartoon. It was like a 4 or 5 episode arc, and they want to do that. And they're so desperate to do. So what they want to do is let's give all these guys their individual things, and it's like copy and pasting MCU. But what you don't realize is that when MCU did this stuff, you have to first cast quality actors to begin with. The films actually have to be good. And then it doesn't work if your leads are trash and your film is trash. Robert Downey Jr. was an Oscar-nominated actor when he did Iron Man. So this was a guy he was a guy coming from indie films. Dakota Johnson is literally a Nepo baby. She's the daughter of Melanie Griffith and Don Johnson. She's a trash actress. She only has a career because her parents were actors. And that's as your lead in a film.
Bro, bring up Gadlock's comment. Bring up Gadlock's comment. I've been saying this for so long, bro. This basically put us a stop to the whole Venom idea that these Sony bricks have been there.
Oh
Bro,
my God.
how the hell that's not even possible? It's not even possible.
Exactly.
I mean,
artists don't even transcribe.
I'm just that the way that the comic book lore of Venom has gone, that it has course corrected like a few things, so it's not completely out of the blue. But you have to read like the kind of modern Venom kind of comics to kind of understand it, like, which basically says that like the symbiotes have been around for a lot longer than when they bonded to Spider-Man and stuff like that. But anyway,
I agree with that because
Can I say one
they
thing?
came from like their own planet and junk. But the thing that made Venom so terrifying and ferocious is his hate for Spider-Man. That's why him and Eddie Brock together was so powerful.
Of course, yeah.
And the problem with these villains, if you want to do Sinister Six, you should have them own movie with Spider-Man. And then have them join together to take down Spider-Man.
Actually, real quick, because before I go to Barry, pop quiz. So, do you know who created the Venom character?
It wasn't Stan Lee. I know it wasn't that.
No, it wasn't Stan Lee. So no one knows.
Josh Kirby? No, I don't think.
Todd McFarlane, the guy who created Spawn.
Oh yeah, okay,
Spawn.
Fair enough. Yeah.
So, what's it called, Barry? What are you saying?
Oh no, the only thing I was gonna say good about the Venom, the most recent movies, that they made him look big. You know, in the Spider-Man 3, he looked like a normal human being.
But see, Barry, that's why. So it's sort of like one step forward, 3 steps back, because like,
yeah.
As much as I wanted Tom Hardy to be Wolverine, Tom Hardy as Eddie Brock, that works, and you've got the Venom look right. But then he's in a standalone film without Spider-Man.
Okay.
You're like, what?
And then he's in a nightclub. He's in a nightclub.
Yeah, they made it look like a clown.
A clown.
Yeah, yo,
bro, I was done after that. I almost got up and left the cinema.
No, wise guy. I'm judging you. How were you even in a cinema for that? I told you because I watched the first film and I was like, okay, I don't care. Screw it. YouTube, do your worst. Yeah, I bootlegged the first film. I was not paying for that crap, so I bootlegged the first film.
So did I.
And then I was like, oh, this is crap. So I said, tell me everything, because I basically watched like a spoiler review of the second film.
It was
Venom in a club.
It was trash, but Carnage did look good. The actor that played Carnage.
Oh yeah, what's it called? What's his name? Woody Harrelson.
Yeah, he was actually a good Carnage. They just obviously they couldn't make it R-rated because you can't make Carnage. Carnage has to be an R-rated character because he's like a sociopath. So they had to.
J2S, why are you doing this? J2S, why are you doing this, bro?
That is, bro. I'm sorry. That's
I've never. So the closest I came to leaving a cinema was when Rey got the lightsaber and then the Force Awakens. I was close. And that was the closest I came to the cinema. And obviously I didn't leave because obviously I was there with my big brothers. But literally, if I was not there with my brothers, that would be the time. Okay, I'm out. If I had someone being here, I'd have left the cinema. If I'd seen this live fully, I was like, there's no way I'm staying in the cinema after I'm seeing this image. You did this to one of my favorite characters. Oh, I'm out. This is it for me. You should be you should be imprisoned for this. You should actually go to jail for this.
Look at Splash is coming.
Let me say something real quick.
How many?
Splash. I don't care. I'm bringing red cards into this chance in the chat. Sorry, Sam. What are you saying?
So, first thing about X-Men, I've never seen anything about X-Men, like zero.
Wow.
The only thing I knew was Wolverine. But then I saw you talk about this show, and I thought I'd watch it today, the first 2 episodes. and I was quite surprised. At first, I thought, it's not that great first episode. But then when I watched the second episode, I wanted to watch the third episode. I wanted it out now.
Okay, so wait, why did you like the second one more than the first one?
Because I wasn't familiar with the characters. They seem like stereotypical tropes to me. And I know you guys have previous, you read comics, you've seen the old shows. I haven't seen anything. So for me, it was like, there's nothing special here. But then when I saw Storm and I saw her character, and when she got hit in episode 2, I was like, rah.
See, that's why I said, like, which is why it's so for someone like you, which is why I said, like, when you did in the comments, is watch just the first season, then watch like the last episode of the previous show, so you just have a general idea as to just how the team dynamic was. Because if you just go in straight, you're like, especially if you've not seen anything X-Men, you're like, okay, whoa, what? Okay, so but you've seen the films though.
No, I haven't seen the films either.
Okay. Actually, no, that's actually if even better though.
Yeah, you done yourself a favor there.
Yeah, screw the film.
You should watch Last Stand. It's the best one.
No. J2S is
What about First Class?
The only reason I know
I don't
about
like First
Wolverine,
Class. Sorry, some questions. Sam.
the only reason I know about Wolverine is from the games on PlayStation. That's the only reason I know about Wolverine's existence. And I thought he was the X-Man or X-Men. I thought he was the leader. But I didn't know
To
he
be
was
fair, when I was young,
Sam just proves the issue, because that's the key thing. So Sam is someone who knows nothing about X-Men, and because of how he's been portrayed, he thinks Wolverine is the main guy. Like, I can't remember what the name of the show was, but there's like a really recent like X-Men show where Wolverine is at the front and he's tall.
Wolverine and the X-Men.
Wolverine and the
Wolverine X-Men. Yeah. Well, that was released like 2009.
That, bro?
2009, I think.
Like, what's the actual F? It's like,
I mean, aside from Wolverine being the leader, it was a half decent show. But yeah, they made him the leader. But there were a lot of good story arcs that they did. But yeah, they should have made him the leader. It was stupid.
What the F is this shit, man?
You shouldn't watch that show if you like Cyclops. You shouldn't watch this show if they like, because Cyclops is bad.
Do you know how dumb this looks?
No, bro. You know, I've never actually respected Cyclops because I never watched that. I never watched the '97 series before. The only idea of Cyclops I have is the movies. Really.
Wow.
So I don't really respect. The only time I respected him was
no. You can't. Of course, no. If you've not read any X-Men comics, you didn't watch the thingy show. You think Cyclops is a bomb? You really think he's a bomb?
The only time I respected Cyclops a little bit was Evolution, X-Men Evolution.
Exactly.
He was a kid, but he was still a leader in the sense. I actually felt like he was second in command after, like, of the new generation, basically. Him and Jean.
So you've seen the 2 episodes?
I've seen a bit of it, yeah.
Okay. So, but what are your thoughts on the episodes, though?
They look cool. I never watched the former cartoons, so I don't really know much about it. Magneto looks. Is he old? Why does he have white hair? That's one thing. Okay, actually, he always had white hair. You see, I'm used to the movies.
See, there you go.
I'm trying to remember the cartoon. Yeah, he does have white hair in the cartoon. Is Wanda in this universe?
No. You mean
his daughter?
You mean Scarlet Witch?
Scarlet Witch is Silver.
No. So you mean Quicksilver is?
Yeah,
I know Quicksilver and
Quicksilver is, yeah.
Wanda is children, and the other girl.
Are you talking about in the animated series, or you mean
in the series? I know he is in Evolution. I don't know about this one though.
They made a cameo appearance in one of the episodes with which had a character called the High Evolutionary. I can't remember what episode it was, but back in the day, yeah, they made a brief cameo appearance. But
how about Nightcrawler? I've not seen him yet. Is he in this one?
Nightcrawler is also in the animated series a while back. He also made a cameo for 1 or 2 episodes.
Yeah. Okay, so real quick, because I want to definitely get into this whole Dragon Ball Z. So last thing, I want to talk about your boy Mag. So your boy Magneto. Now, here's the thing.
Well, how about Magneto and Rogue? What's with them? I didn't even know they had the same.
It's still faction, man. They're still faction, man. That's what it's still faction, man. So,
look. I think the only issue is that his costume is very 90s, but I suppose because I don't like his costume, but again, this is 1997 though, and 90s fashion was a bit wild.
Yeah, we can tell. We can tell.
Yeah, Wes, relax, bro. Okay, we had the best rap,
Bro,
the best
hold
music,
on.
the best
HH,
pop music, man. So
HH,
Bro,
don't
you
judge,
got
bro.
opinion on
no,
with
HH,
shade
have
No,
you
you
seen
bloody
Wait,
NBA young boy
no,
merchants, bro.
HH, have you
Get that
seen
for
there
here,
was
man.
a video of
You
the
mean
French
YG, man?
Nah, hell no.
It's not even
Wait,
NBA.
Wait. What's your Taylor Swift, bro? You had Taylor Swift,
there
we
was a
had
video.
Backstreet Boys
Oh
and
my god, this
SWV.
guy.
So okay,
What's
yeah.
SWV?
You had Drake, we had Nas, we had Jay-Z. So it is what it is. It is what it
You
is.
had R.
Okay.
Kelly as well.
Wait. What films did you have? What films did you have? We had T2. We had The Abyss.
We had
We
Doom,
had Shawshank
bro.
Redemption.
We had Doom.
See, man, you don't have anything now.
Yeah, Doom.
90s is what it
Yeah,
is.
what's this SW thing, Magic? Like,
It's a cassette tape, man. It's a
God
cassette tape, man.
luck.
That's what it
HH,
is.
have you? I drove. There was a video I saw on I think on Twitter that I was seeing the French guys, the French players come out from one place for the national team. They look like they were dressing in their 90s. I don't know if it's like a French dressing team, but that's what they just look like, man. You saw Kamavinga wearing some baggy jeans with some guy looking like a rapper. I'm like,
Look, man, don't judge the 90s. Look, the 90s fashion was a bit wild, but Ardis, your thoughts on how because I thought Magneto, it's a very interesting storyline that we're doing. Magneto.
Well, I don't want to spoil it because, like I said, I know the comics, so just want to.
Don't spoil it. Yeah.
I'm not going to spoil it, but there are like one or two things where like there's only 10 episodes, so I don't think they'll explore these themes. They won't have the time to explore these themes now, but I can see how they're building up potentially for things later down the line when they talk about Genosha and a few things like that and stuff like that. So I can see where potential something is happening. But as far as the character Magneto goes, like I said, I genuinely thought when they shot Storm that he was going to kill them all.
Yeah, like I thought, okay, bro, like he's just going to just level all these guys. So I was surprised that he let them live, you know.
Yeah, exactly. He was pissed and he's like, he's taking all to the atmosphere, and he's like, this guy. And the thing is, if he killed, I'd be like, bro, this guy literally just ripped them all from there, take it up to the atmosphere, and he's gonna just remove the shields. They'd be like, yeah, sorry, bye, done. You know, it isn't, but he didn't. You know, so obviously, so clearly he's wanting to show and build the whole mutant sort of thing. But I think the biggest thing, the Magneto Rogue thing, man. Gambit, obviously.
Yeah, bro, Gambit.
Gambit is
no, but it just adds another because I've always thought it's always Gambit Rogue. So now
yeah,
you put Magneto in there, like, bro, like, is it not going to square off with freaking my Magneto now?
it's cool. I don't know. It's
Magneto is so fucking old.
So massive, come on.
The thing is,
don't judge.
People say that like
He literally survived the Holocaust.
because his powers, he ages, so he's probably not like he ages slower than like.
Yeah, he does.
So he's probably only 15, 20 years older than Rogue or something like that. I don't know, but clearly something's happening, and
That's the deal.
Gambit knows, and Gambit's like, bro, that shot should have been for you, man. Like,
bro, Gambit with his French accent, guys, he can get the girl. What's up, man? Like, seriously.
He's
well, but look, a guy has magnetism, so magnetism beats French, so it is what it is.
No, actually, to be fair, actually,
that literally doesn't make any sense. But
French is not his power. You know that, right? That's not his power, right?
Wait, can you drop bricks on this thing? Like,
no. I don't have bricks in this on this profile. Okay, there you go. That's a brick.
People underestimate Gambit. Actually, that's his ability. They're actually. He's actually more powerful than people think.
But it's like it's so good to actually see a Gambit actually be Gambit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know who was Gambit in that. Do you know that actor? That's brick actor Taylor Kitsch.
Taylor
Kitsch. Yeah. In Wolverine Origins,
In Origins, yeah.
In Origins, yeah.
And literally, he just chucks a card, and it's like,
the guy sounded.
bro, you blink, and you miss it, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
It's 2 minutes. It's like 2 minutes.
Guys, look. This is just. So you're telling me this is Gambit.
This is Gambit.
Oh my God.
You're telling me that this is Gambit.
Oh my God, man.
This is Gambit.
That was not even terrifying at all.
Yo.
And then they want to make Channing Tatum Gambit apparently as well. From what I hear, I'm like, there was supposed to be a Gambit movie spin-off with Channing Tatum.
Oh yeah.
Bro, do you know what happened? That movie, the first time I saw it on Google, the thing showed me 2019. Wait, it was 2022 where I went back and I was like, hold on. When is this movie coming out? Did I read the year wrong? I just realized now that shit ain't coming out.
Bro, This movie got to
that
be the
guy
worst
on crack?
origin movie. It has to be the worst.
But this guy was saying,
Yeah, Bricktooth. No. This is Bricktooth. It's a new character, Bricktooth.
You know, I take it back. I actually saw the X-Men, the X-Men cartoons in when I was watching the Spider-Man. I rewatched the Spider-Man in the 90s. I think they showed the X-Men.
For the Wolverine origins, the final fight, you could actually see the strings attached to Wolverine. Like you could actually see the strings.
No, it was trash. No, bro. The X-Men origins, no, it was trash, bro. That thing was trash. Okay. So let's. Okay, let's shift. So there's a question I want to ask here, guys. So, because when people say, anime again, is Dragon Ball Z the most impactful anime of all time?
Yeah, the most influential.
Can I go first?
The most influential.
Yes.
Can I go first?
It's not even.
Yeah. Okay. Blake. So my thing. So why do you think Dragon Ball Z? Because the next thing I want to now bring in anime versus Western thinking. But why do you think? Because I think you're right. But why do you think Dragon Ball Z is actually the most impactful and was the turning point of going from the Western cartoons to manga in the West?
I would say this here. So you see my profile. You know where that's from? That's from One Piece.
One Piece.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So the creator of One Piece just announced that he's going on break for like 4 weeks because of what happened to the creator Akira Toriyama. Yeah, and Toriyama inspired One Piece, inspired Naruto, inspired Bleach, inspired a whole lot of series. That's like the godfather of action anime. And when you see the influence that it has in a lot of other series' forms, like Naruto's, some of his forms, One Piece's forms, you see how much influence that Dragon Ball has. Like, if it wasn't for Dragon Ball, a lot of people wouldn't even be into anime. That's like a lot of people's gateway anime. Like, remember when anime used to
hold on, real quick. So, can you confirm that actual gangsters and criminals would sit down with cereal to watch Dragon Ball Z?
Bro, the Mexican was like
in the 90s and early 2000s.
So basically, maybe he deserved a Nobel Peace Prize, bro.
Hey, people would diss anime, but they would like Dragon Ball Z and say that one don't count because of how cool Dragon Ball Z was. Dragon Ball Z was the series, was the acceptable anime growing up. So when you look at the impact and how much influence Toriyama's had, he's made people become artists. It made people become writers. It made some people become YouTubers. Because I actually know a couple of people that actually do YouTube as a full-time job, talking about Dragon Ball. So you see how much influence he's had on. So
but what was it about Dragon Ball Z that connected to Western audience more so than any other thing?
I think it's the storytelling, the points in the series where it didn't take itself seriously. The art style, the fights, the transformations. Because before Dragon Ball, what series was having transformations of characters fighting each other with that intense battle? You can't really name a lot back then. What, like Yu Hakusho was around back then? Like, there's not really anything. That's like the gateway series. And if you see all the series that a lot of people love, a lot of the time it has a lot of elements.
Does Pokemon count as transformations? I don't know.
No, it's
stop it.
The problem.
No.
JSOS, this should be formed. JSOS should be formed. Because hold on. Let's read that. Like my thing, and yes, I bootleg this. So yes, sue me. I bootleg this, guys. This film. There are no words. Because there are no words for this film. Because when they showed the ape in this, I was like, "This is Doi." Basically, the levels to which basically there are no words.
Get that picture of a Piccolo.
No, don't. Jason, I'm begging you. Please, I'm begging you, don't.
Do you know a fun fact about that movie? Do you know Toriyama hated that movie so much that he decided to do Super?
Yeah, exactly. That's what brought Super back. Yeah, we got UI Goku, man.
No. What's even more hilarious is
wait, hold on, wait. That first Mortal Kombat movie was good.
Yeah, but they at least tried to respect the material of the first.
Here's one side. If you were a fan of the video games, when you watch that film, now, if you're not a fan, trash film, 100% trash. But if you were a fan of the video games, you're like, wow, you were like pretty damn respectful. The level of because what's it called? I think the other one is Avatar, Legend of Aang. Trash. But the CGI was good though. The CGI was good. Dragon Ball is the biggest insult I've ever seen of an adaptation ever. Like, it was horrendous, bro.
It's Avatar: The Last Airbender as well.
No, it's not. No, Z-Man, you can't. No, Z-Man, you cannot name me a single redeeming feature of that Dragon Ball film.
Tell me redeeming feature of Avatar: The Last Airbender.
The CGI was good. Like, the CGI was good.
It was awful. The CGI was one of the biggest problems.
Compared to Dragon Ball,
it was awful, bro.
Death Note was worse. Because how do you get Death Note wrong? How do you get Death Note wrong? How do you get Death Note wrong?
This is the redeeming factor of Dragon
Ball. The old school Super Mario Bros. Movie was actually takes the team, man. No,
it was creative. It was a creative. It went in a creative direction.
Bro,
no. I'm gonna give them an artistic tax there. No, Dragon Ball was.
No, but how'd you get?
Look at it. Come on.
Can I
talk about this?
Okay. Zeman, go for it. Zeman.
Fun fact about the main actor for that movie. He's even come out, and I believe he made an Instagram post or post social media saying that he regrets making that movie and how he wished that he wished to make a movie that lives up to what Dragon Ball Z is to its core, and that just shows you the impact of Toriyama,
bro. Z-Man lied to me. Z-Man lied to me and say that that Avatar film was worse than this. Lied to me.
Bro, have you seen the Earthbender?
Z-Man, are you seeing what we're seeing on our screen right now? Z-Man, this was in a film. Z-Man, this was a scene in a film.
This is disgusting, man. That's disgusting.
This is bad. This is bad.
Oh, bro.
Going back to its impact, like for me, I don't necessarily think Pokemon had the same impact, especially in the States. Pokemon always felt like it was more
big,
close.
Man.
No.
Pokemon was big.
I'm not talking about how big it is. There's always that one anime that one anime that feels like anime compared to others that you see. Pokemon felt like it was in the running for other cartoons to the point where people didn't know that it was anime. Dragon Ball Z was like the first one for
no. You know what? It's not. I think like if we're just saying impact. So I'm just talking about just impact as a whole.
Impact, yeah, I would say
Pokemon is.
No.
Pokemon's impact was stupid. No. Pokemon. Took over everything. Bro, seriously, there was a point where every single person had a Game Boy and was like, "Do you have Mewtwo? Where the F is Mewtwo? Gotta catch them all."
No, there's a difference, right? I think Pokemon is.
Don't ever say that again.
Pokemon is probably notoriously known.
I would say
Pokemon is notoriously known throughout the world. Of course, it's known, but when it comes to Dragon Ball Z, it felt like it was one of those moments where you knew what was anime by watching it. You know, it was like the gateway to majority of anime. I said it felt like it was the gateway. When it comes to popularity, yeah, you could say Pokemon hangs with Dragon Ball Z. When it comes to influence in the industry and influence in anime in general, that's not even involved in it or directly associated with it, but just its impact in general, then you would say that.
I think look, you see, maybe that's for like next topic, but within that, but strictly anime. Oh no, like for me, Dragon Ball Z is when kids in the West said screw you to Western cartoons and now went into anime now. Because literally, if you speak to any 16 or 17-year-old, their favorite thing is anime, not any Western cartoon.
Yeah,
so obviously, growing up, he was like, you had Transformers, Ninja Turtles, but now,
It's 16-year-olds I know. Anime is the thing, and that's because of Dragon Ball Z.
Not to mention, it's also had a profound impact on like the big three, right? Right after Dragon Ball Z, it was always the first couple of animes that everyone latched onto was the big three, or even in its time, I guess you could say.
Wait. What are the big three?
The big three is Bleach, Naruto, and One Piece. It had its own profound impact in terms of being the gateway for majority of kids because that's when they got introduced to anime. But in terms of Dragon Ball Z's influence within those three, it had a large influence. I mean,
so those big three, they were made after Dragon Ball Z.
They were.
But I'm talking about not when they released in the West. So in Japan, they were made after Dragon Ball Z.
They were. Even you even have Arthur's. You have Arthur's coming out, even like Kishimoto talking about the impact that it had on him. You had the likes of Tate Kubo coming out on social media, and even the likes of so you had Oda. Like you have all these different creators that were inspired by him. And his impact that he's done for the anime community, particularly in the shonen, like his impact in shonen in general is there's nothing that can match it. But when it comes to Dragon Ball Z, I would say it's the gateway. I mean, it depends. Like for me, I grew up with Yu Yu Hakusho majority of the time. That's the anime that really got me into anime. But for Dragon Ball Z, I don't think there's anything that's more influential I could think of for
there is not. It's
modern day shonen. Its influence is still felt, so I would say that's most influential when it comes to
I got a question.
Shonen anime.
What's a good Black question?
Okay, so do you know the top 5 best-selling comic books? You know, at number 2 right now is One Piece. One Piece don't get there without Dragon Ball. That's a fact. One Piece.
So I say Japanese or just comic books of all time? Just
comic books in general. One Piece is number 2. Superman is number 1. Yeah, One Piece is number 2.
You're lying.
I'm not lying. It's
no, but it makes
sense.
Bro.
One
Piece of all time, including all comic books, One Piece is number 2.
All time, One Piece is number 2. It don't get there. It don't get there without Dragon Ball.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it's one of the long running series. Like its popularity is reached. I mean, majority of people have watched anime and seen and read mangas. Majority of the Western society. So it makes sense that it would have that much impact currently right now, in terms of its growth and fan base and whatnot. So it does make sense in terms of mangas reaching there.
But there is a thing to highlight. Having the most impact doesn't mean you're actually good.
I get that. No, that's different. Storytelling is different from impact. No, storytelling is different from impact. Like for me, I'm not a big fan of Dragon Ball Z.
You know, when I see grown ass men liking Dragon Ball, I question what's wrong with you.
No.
Wait. What's wrong with grown men liking Dragon Ball?
No, not to be rude, but I'm not from that generation where I grew up with it. I grew up with Naruto.
Tell by you got thing as your profile picture.
Yeah, so I'm the new gen, Jujutsu Kaisen, Chainsaw Man, etc. And when I look at Dragon Ball, I tried to watch it, and I was like, "What am I watching? This is disgraceful."
I mean, the original.
And but I respect the creator. He impacted the big three, which then impacted everyone else. So I have to respect him. But I just think it dragged on for way too long.
That's the key thing. No. What I find interesting is this though. So here's my question. So people who didn't grow up with Dragon Ball Z, let's say you show a 15-year-old Dragon Ball Z, will they like it or think this is I
gotta be honest. It depends. It depends on the person. I'll be honest. I didn't like Dragon Ball Z growing up as much. Like I thought it was a cool concept. I thought it was interesting, but I just didn't. It didn't gravitate towards.
Are you talking about the original with like Kid Goku?
No. It's like when if you ever watched Planet of the Apes when it first came out and versus the new Planet of the Apes, that's what it's kind of like.
No, it's not, man. Come on, man. Come on, man.
If you were to watch it now, Dragon Ball Z, don't get me wrong, it low-key is kind of ass, but as a kid, that shit was banging. So it's kind of like.
No, but it's different.
No. So you're saying Dragon Ball Z has aged badly?
No.
It's because I grew up on Dragon Ball Z specifically, and I've gone back and watched it. I'm like, there's no way I was consuming this shit as a kid. And I thought this shit was smacking. Like it's decent for like younger kids who aren't looking to understand very deep, complex of character development. It really isn't that deep of a story.
No,
I think a lot of the
but I think you can still can't deny just how
Oh.
well drawn the characters are.
No, for sure. I'm not
So-
denying the impact that Dragon Ball has had. That can't be debated. But I'm just saying it's a very straightforward storyline where it's easy for children to understand and grasp it. Obviously, it's a show that's based on martial arts. There's superpowers. There's a dragon.
It's action packed. They're
everything
very
about-
interesting characters.
Yeah,
so.
everything a kid would like in some fighting style type of show. That's what Dragon Ball embodied. But yeah,
And it also gave us the endless debates of Goku versus Superman, which.
So what's your Blake way saying?
No, I just wanted to say that it really depends, because if you're basing it on Super to me is trash. If you're basing it on the end portion of C, it was alright, but it was starting to fall downhill. But if you're looking at the original Dragon Ball when Goku was a kid, when he was fighting in them tournaments, to me that's actually pretty good storytelling. And apparently Toriyama even said in the past that he was meant to end after the original Dragon Ball, but he carried on going. And he was one of those people that he said he didn't even know where the story was going. He was an improv writer. He would just write as he goes along. So for it to fall downhill the way it did, it just really just comes down to the direction of they became obsessed with new forms, new transformations, because they can make new toys, new merch, all that stuff for the new games. But if you look at the originals,
UI.
So let me quickly. So shout out to your boy J Chuck, who says Goku, Vegeta, Frieza versus Omni-Man, Invincible, and Superman.
Oh no, Omni-Man, Superman.
Now, if Goku can turn into freaking Ultra Instinct, actually, you know what? I think I've got to go with Superman and Invincible.
If you go Superman, then Goku, Vegeta, Frieza. But if
wait, you mean this Goku?
Honestly, this is more of a generational thing, to be honest.
why is Mark there?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like Omni-Man, really? You think Omni-Man is a match? Really?
Wait. So you're saying that Omni-Man is too weak or is too strong?
No, he's weak.
No, Goku destroys Omni-Man, but it's like if you put Superman and Omni-Man there.
I mean, Vegeta's there too, so it's
and Vegeta's there.
problem with Superman.
Let me put it into context.
Did you have a Vegeta hairline?
When Goku was a kid, they were freaking Master Roshi was blowing up the moon. He was blowing up the moon.
How do you stutter a finger up, bro? How do you stutter a middle finger?
No, I didn't know which channel I was on. Wait, sorry, Blake, go for it. Blake, go for it.
In the original Dragon Ball, when Goku was a kid, Master Roshi was blowing up the moon.
Yeah,
like Goku was moving at the speed of light as a kid. Like Omni-Man, easy.
No. Here goes for me. I think I'm not when I saw a fireball the size of planets, I was like, okay, you know what? Okay, let's.
The problem with Superman there. Superman against Goku, Vegeta. That's a problem. Like,
no. Here's the thing, though. I actually think that Superman by himself can actually take on all three.
Yeah, it can exactly.
And that should be a fight, though.
Hey, Chage, Mark being there is a disrespect, man. It's like that freaking we got Jaden McDaniels comment, man. Like, why is he there?
Okay. So I don't know. Just so quick because it was an interesting book. I actually want to just know the answer to this man. So, not just for anime. What do you think was most impactful globally? Pokemon or Dragon Ball Z?
Pokemon.
Definitely Pokemon. But it's not a competition. I like Dragon Ball.
Pokemon?
But Pokemon is like one of, I think it might be the best selling like franchise in terms of
it's definitely one of the best selling video game franchise.
Yeah, video game franchise of all time.
I will say this though, HH. When it comes down to watching the series, then obviously Dragon Ball is
no. I'm just saying, just the biggest impact globally. So the biggest crossover, like because Dragon Ball Z series about bro, guys. Pokemon was
insane. You know what's crazy? I don't know how it was. I don't know how it was.
Also exposed.
Wait, hold on, Ricardo.
Bro, when I've never seen any game you could ever imagine, even the biggest games you'll ever see, no game has ever done what Pokemon Go did to worldwide. Like that was a social phenomenon. That was insane.
You know what's so crazy now? Here's the thing. Don't guys, don't
Don't judge me.
Okay.
So this hold on. So this is when I was still in uni. So Pokemon Go and everything like that.
Oh, man.
And then I was walking. I was like,
Really?
"Man, what's the thing? I know how you basically ask for help. Don't judge me." I looked around, and the first Asian person I saw, I was like, "Yo, I can't." And he helped me and everything. And like, don't judge me, bro.
I'm not gonna lie, that thing was so revolutionary that like,
It was no, come on, guys. Concept wise, that
very
was freaking insane. Where like
no, it was,
yeah,
bro.
you could actually go out and also here's the real. You know how the whole thing of like, oh, kids don't get enough exercise, so kids actually now are forced to go out and do everything. But you know the crazy thing was that so there was issues
Bro.
where I think it was Joe Budden who said like his son would literally be like near like a highway. So you know there are kids just going across the highway. So no, Dad, I'm gonna catch a Pokemon and they're running across like highways, roads, and cars are going. So
No, bro,
it's gonna be crazy. But
Pokemon Go had like fat people losing weight. Like that's how influential.
Yeah,
that shit
man.
was.
no, it was huge. No, no, for me. Okay, look, see here. Okay, here's the thing. Okay, Pokemon or Star Wars, bigger impact.
Pokemon. In terms of influence,
Hold on. So is Pokemon the biggest thing ever?
yeah. In terms of a series, in terms of a series, it has to be.
No, it's pretty simple, right? It's pretty
People
simple.
still collect the cards.
The fact that the legacy of Pokemon could continue on from new gens, new Pokemon being released year in, year out, it will still hold a testament in terms of the impact that it has. Like every single person is talking about the new Pokemon game. Like it will still hold that, and the impact that it's had. Everyone
true.
knows Pikachu. How much people know Darth Vader?
Yeah,
Let's keep it
freaking
real. This impact is it
Also
can't be met.
Also on the show,
Artists.
also say on the show, the cartoon with like Brock, like he exposed the world to like black guys liking snow bunnies. The amount of times that guy was
that is true.
the amount of
To
times
be fair, I thought he was Korean.
Artists, why do
I'm
you have to
gonna
do
keep
that?
it real. I thought he was Korean. I
Nah,
don't
you're
think he's black.
blazing, bro.
literally going around.
But you know how I noticed Pokemon. You know how I noticed Pokemon is like extremely transcending because like I said, like I've worked in elementary schools or whatever you guys call it. But for example, Star Wars, right? That kind of holds within a certain generation, and it's crossed a few generations. But Pokemon, like when I see like these young kids are like 10 years old, 12, whatever, like these kids are still collecting cards. Like this
Crazy.
whatever Pokemon as a whole has existed far longer than these kids were even born, and these guys are getting into it like in the midst of it.
Wait, did you guys ever do Magic or heard about Magic? The Gathering.
Yu-Gi-Oh was probably the closest, but
Yeah,
Pokemon was like
Yeah. So I think
Yu-Gi-Oh was nothing compared to Pokemon.
I think the crazy thing about Pokemon is that it's guys today right now it's still very relevant, right?
Yeah,
See,
it
Star Wars is sort of like the guys were like, look, I'm done with Star Wars, and I think with Pokemon that it's just that concept is so good that it can never go out of fashion because the whole thing of like. Sir?
Do you guys remember Digimon?
Yeah,
Digimon. Did they ever have Tamagotchi? Did they have Tamagotchi?
No, I have the worst story about Tamagotchi, bro. That shit was
bro,
so weird.
Tamagotchi was.
Nah, you want to hear what?
Listen, I literally class where. Okay, let me make sure he's fair. He's good. Bro,
No,
Tamagotchi.
no, HH. I have the weirdest story.
Let's see, Ricardo.
So there was this girl in my class when Tamagotchi was popping off. I was probably like grade 5 or grade 6. There's this girl in my class. She had like a mad crush on me. And I think in Tamagotchi you could have like a kid or whatever, or a baby, or whatever the fuck it's called. And she named the fucking baby after me, bro. That was the weirdest thing ever. That's why I always hate that fucking word, bro.
That's
every time I hear Tamagotchi, that's what I think of. That shit bothers me. That's a childhood trauma, bro.
But I think so. Pokemon might be the biggest.
It's the biggest brand.
The biggest compliment.
But that's something bigger than Pokemon.
No, HH. The biggest.
I think it's the biggest. Yeah.
The biggest.
Sam, what's it? Sam, come here. Sam.
The biggest compliment you could give Pokemon, and Z-Man mentioned it, is that Western audiences claimed it as theirs rather than anime. So they said it's a cartoon rather than anime because it was so popular. People were claiming it.
But actually, wait, hold on. Didn't that bomb get his first win like a few years ago? Ash.
I didn't even know
That guy was.
Yo, they milked the fuck out of that.
You know what's funny, HH? When I was a kid, right? When I was
So guys in chat, send in questions, guys. So any questions you want to know, send in questions, and we're going to go for it.
When I was a kid, right? No. When I was a kid, right? But when I was a kid, there used to be it was like Pokemon Red, right? Pokemon Red was coming out and whatnot, and this guy Ash decided to put his Pikachu against an Onyx. And I was hating on him, and that's how I became a hater, bro. Ash really introduced me to the game of hating, bro. Because this guy makes no sense.
Okay, so you say so we can trace your hatred of Jao Felix and Hazard down back to Ash.
Ash, wow. Ash is a dumb trainer, bro. I'm sorry, bro. He makes no sense, and he gets away with it way too much, man. I pray for his downfall. I was kind of sad when he won. Eventually, he won. Obviously, but
yeah, I'd say the Pokemon anime is about Brock, man. It's about Brock and Misty, man. It's not about Ash, man.
He's the original Winter Soldier. I just realized
that. I mean, he's still 12 technically, man.
Yeah. Is there a better, more marketable character than Pikachu?
Well, that's a question. Yeah, I don't think there is.
Mario.
Mario hype.
No, but the thing is, no. I actually disagree. I will disagree.
So how popular? What is?
Mario's more marketable.
Is Pikachu more well known globally than Mario?
No, it's not. No, it's not.
It's
Mario's king. Mario, yeah, exactly. Mario is the face of his franchise. Pikachu is not.
Yeah,
Pikachu. No, we've seen Charizard become the face of the franchise. We see different new evolutions.
Yeah, that's what you just say. Pikachu is not really the face of Pokemon. You just say, oh, it's Pokemon. Like Mario is the face of gaming.
No, Pikachu is the face.
It's the face of Nintendo, to be honest. It's the face of Nintendo.
Yeah, Mario is the face of Nintendo. When you think of Nintendo, you think of Mario, and Nintendo is the OG of video games.
I think the key question
was I like Sonic here, but Mario made Sonic his side chick. In them games.
Oh, wait, no, relax.
Sonic is a side chick, bro. Sonic is
part of Sega.
How big is Sonic really? How big is Sonic really?
Is Luigi the biggest side chick of all time?
No, Sonic is not Mario's sidekick. Relax.
I'm not gonna lie. Sonic is aging like Mega Man. Mega Man. Nobody thought about Mega Man like him.
No, the thing with Sonic is that Sonic has been much more successful in other media than video games. Mario has been more successful when it comes to video games. Games, fine. But TV shows, movies, all the rest of it, no.
He made his little brother a hit, man. That's how crazy his aura is, man. Luigi's
100 billion in revenue. God.
Yeah.
Wait, didn't Mario make $1 billion in the movies?
Yeah, no, it did, and that film was trash. That film sucked.
Pokemon has more avenues of thing because they have the cars. They have.
That's why the question is about marketability. So for me, Pikachu is much more marketable. We're not talking about recognition. If you're talking about in terms of the design of the character, the context, etc., Pokemon and Pikachu are far more marketable than Mario. Mario just has longevity, but it's not that Mario when it came out suddenly was blew the world by storm, etc. No, it was just the flagship of Nintendo, mascot, the games, etc. It wasn't Mario in and of itself. It was the quality of the games and the market.
I'm not gonna lie, but Pokemon nowadays, it's within the amount of generations that's come out, they're starting to low key. It's starting to get a little ass, but because they have such a strong fan base, they'll always still sell.
Oh no! But I'm shocked because, honestly speaking, I thought Pokemon was going to be a fad. I thought, okay, huge thing, okay, Pokemon Go then, but the fact that it's still sort of. I mean, wait, okay, is Pokemon still big amongst kids now?
It is. The video games, it's the merge. The amount that if you look at the sales of
it's not even that, man. It's cross-generational, man. There's still 30-year-olds that still play the games with one.
There was a Pokemon movie that was released before the movie.
Like I said, I am in a grade 5 class, and there's kids that bring their Pokemon cards to school. These guys weren't even around generation 3 or generation 4. These kids, they just I don't know how.
Wait, what's the age group of that? What's the age group?
It's they're 10, 11 years old.
Wait, wow. I got a question for you.
Big up Lucario, man. Big up Lucario.
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
What did you think of Avatar: The Last Airbender. I'm not watching that. I
mean
just
the-
know
mean
it's
the live
trash.
action?
Wait. You mean the cartoon or the TV
No,
show on
no.
Netflix?
The TV show is.
Oh, no, I haven't watched that crap. Okay, why am I watching that?
Okay, so
I've been traumatized, man.
Apparently it's okay, but Katara's
Yeah,
annoying.
Okay. So I heard
I
from a
watched the
bunch of
first
them.
episode. The costumes are bad. The CGI is bad. The wigs are awful.
Why is Katara and Thingy white as well? Are they white in the crop? Like, they look
Well, they improved last time, though, so they're getting gradually darker by each iteration. So
Did you know that series is getting like a couple more seasons?
Yeah, of course it is.
It's no. You see, for me, like you see, you have to realize that has there ever been a proper live action adaptation of an anime?
No, because they have to Americanize it to sell. That's the problem.
No, because also when you look at like anime, like when you look what anime is, and just look at how the characters are drawn and how expressive they are,
I'm
that's
gonna be
very
honest
hard
with you,
to
H3.
translate to live
I
action.
disagree. I actually think the enemies that they should be adapting, they're not taking risk on. For example, like Monster.
Oh yeah, Death Note. Yeah, Death Note.
No, Monster.
They did adapt
for
Death
example.
Note. It was trash.
No. I'm talking about like enemies like Monster. It's more grounded. It's not like it doesn't distort reality. It doesn't rely.
They didn't watch
heavy
these.
on
That was
animation.
actually pretty decent.
What was the One Piece live action? I didn't watch it, but apparently One Piece.
But everyone said that was actually like pretty like one of the best ones.
It was.
No, it's like. But here's the thing, though. Like perfect example. Cowboy Bebop. Do you know that thing looks identical to the anime? But I was like, even if it's identical, something just seemed off.
No.
I was like, you've done everything the same, the characters the same, but that it just does not really translate from what it was. And I think that something like Cowboy Bebop is a perfect thing where, no, don't do it like for like. Just do a live action interpretation of a bounty hunter in space. But they just tried to make it exactly like the anime, which was stupid.
You know what I don't understand, right? For live action, like I said, I think you should go down to an anime that's more realistic in terms of it could go for live action. Like I said, Monster is a good option. I think it could go for live action in terms of the narrative beats. But majority of the time when they try to animate, it's not only the animation, it's not only like the set design and everything along with that. It's the narrative beats that they keep missing. Like, for example, Yu Yu Hakusho, how do you miss the Dark Tournament? Like, I don't get that.
Yeah,
How do you miss a crucial part of it? They miss it. They miss the whole, like, narrative beats, and they miss certain aspects, and they try to make it... They try to intertwine too much arcs into, like, 8 episodes, which doesn't make sense. If you're going to do 8 episodes, just don't do the series at that point.
I got a question for you, Z-Man. How did you feel about the Death Note live action? Because that one was grounded. You cannot get more grounded than that series.
Yeah, apparently that was brick, bro.
That was the worst thing I've ever seen.
The Death Note was brick because it made certain characters more... It brought them to the limelight more than they should have. And L, man. L was complete garbage.
Where was Ryuk was non-existent.
Okay, so hold on. So we're going to take some keys, man. So... Shout out to your boy. So what do you all think about Invincible so far, man?
I haven't watched the Invincible Part 2 of Season 2.
Oh yeah. Okay. So I won't spoil anything. So for me, no, look, it's still good, but I don't know. I think I probably still prefer. I don't know. Like I just think like Season 1 and that arc of Season 1 was so crazy that just still had like a bigger impact for me. Like it's still good. But I don't know. I think I just preferred Season 1 to this right now. But look, I saw it again, which is why, and this is what's pretty much destroyed Western cartoons, which is that anime took over because anime was way bolder, more aggressive, and didn't treat kids like kids. Whereas that you have all this Pixar garbage and crap that pretty much just try to dumb it down for the kids. So Invincible is good because obviously this is now probably much more adults, but I hate the idea of like, oh, animation is for kids. No, it's not. There can be animation for kids and animation for adults, which is what makes Invincible so good because like, oh yeah, this is an animation thing that is for adults.
We've seen that it could work because we've seen stuff like the animated Spider-Man's movies that they've been doing with Miles. That was good. So they show that it could work. It's just the approach. Like you said, they try and censor things that don't need to be censored. Just do the product that is meant to be instead of trying to focus on tippy toeing around what makes these series good.
But where would you rank Invincible? Would you say that it's like top tier in terms of animation cartoons?
Is for nowadays ones, it's up there. It's up there for sure. But there's a bunch of other series that I would put over it. But it's a solid series. I have no issue with it. I think season 1 had more hype. I feel like the gap in between kind of slowed down its momentum, because remember everybody memeing the end of season 1 with the Fink mark Fink. That was big.
Oh yeah.
So I feel like the break kind of took away its momentum a bit.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Okay. So let's do this. All right. So shout out to your boy. Actually, no, we'll say that. So let's come to. All right. Okay. Sam, who says, why does live action sell? Halo, Avatar were bad. No, Halo was trash. No, Halo was trash.
Garbage.
That thing stinks, bro. That thing stinks.
Have you not actually watched it?
Oh no, I only saw season 1 and I was
I
done.
haven't tuned in at all.
No, actually no, that's right, because
Season 2 as well.
the moment he took off his helmet, I was like, okay, this is. Did you know the guy? He never takes off his helmet in the video game, and this guy, all he does is his mask off. I'm like, do you know how dumb that is?
They're just trying to make it edgy and make it seem dramatic. It's like we don't need that.
It's so cringe, man. It is so cringe.
Did you guys hear that they're doing a Naruto live action? That one's in development.
Oh god, no, man.
Oh no!
Yeah,
Oh my
But the
days.
director though is good though.
No.
Doesn't
The
matter,
problem,
bro.
But does he have controlling power? That's
No,
not the problem.
let me say this, HH. Do you know why people do not mind the One Piece live action? Because the script was written by Oda. The creator of One Piece had hands-on involvement in the series. So a lot of the changes that they did, people was like, okay, I can see why they did that, but it's not an issue. The issue that people have with a lot of live actions is they take out all the stuff that's good. They take out stuff that's key to the characters. They take out the element that makes the series good.
No, but I think it keeps, because I think they said like the Naruto creator said that because I think it's something Daniels or something, and I forgot what film he did. Oh, he did the martial arts MCU film.
Yeah.
Oh, Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi, yeah, he's the director of Shang-Chi. And the Naruto creator said that, I actually I'm happy. So I think that he said like, no, I am happy that this director was chosen. So I think that at least they're going to be working together. But see, here's the thing, nothing. That's actually the manga I've been reading, which is the Naruto manga. And I'm like, look, like, I don't know how you put this into live action, bro. But again, here's the thing though. You can do it. You just need to be smart in how you interpret it, because in all this stuff are really good characters, really good stories. But you just need to just be creative in, okay, how do I now get what is important about this manga, this anime, and then make it palatable to live action.
The problem is it going to be a movie series or is it going to be?
No, I think it's a film. It's a film.
It's you see, the problem with the film, as much as there's a problem with the TV series, it's the fact that how much are you going to try to input and how much are you going to try to make out of this trilogy? What parts are you going to skip because you're not going to do a 5-hour movie? So I'm wondering how they're going to cut it, which characters they're going to cut scenes from, and how they're going to try to fit that into a trilogy, or depending on how much movies they do.
They're gonna have to cover.
That's the only part that I have questions in terms of like how they're going to do that.
Okay, so let's go to wait, let's go. So, all right, so I'm gonna just get where people are at, because I've never really asked this of people. So between Bron and MJ, who's the GOAT? Between Bron and MJ. So Blake, Bron or MJ?
I'll say MJ. I say MJ because he had a season where he averaged over 30 points. He won the dunk contest. He won the scoring title. He was DPOI.
Did he ever beat a team as good as the Golden State Warriors?
Hey, Chich, man.
It's a simple question. No, and look, you see, here's the thing. Blake, I'm not sure what my answer is though, because the more I think about it, there's a debate.
Hey, Chich, let me ask you a question. Do you think MJ is losing to Dirk Nowitzki and co?
Do I know for sure? No. Okay, Blake, probably not. And Blake, my response to that: do I know for sure that Bulls team defeats that Golden State Warriors team with a guy like Steph Curry and Klay Thompson?
I don't know for
But
sure.
you know the one time LeBron did defeat that team. The one time he did defeat that team, Draymond was bad. And Draymond was on course to being Finals MVP that year.
But still, though, that was still the greatest ever regular season team ever.
Hey, Chad, you're talking about big moments. Who hit the clutch shot that won them the game? Was it
Well,
LeBron?
it was your boy. But let's not forget what LeBron did defensively and what he did throughout that series. Okay, Barry, who's your one, MJ or Bron?
Oh, LeBron for me. I mean, I could go on for hours and hours on why he's the GOAT for me. But when you look at the history, so the guy was the biggest high school prospect of all time. They were saying if you're not a first ballot Hall of Famer by the end of their career, you're a failure.
Yeah, you're a bust.
A bust. And then when you look at the stretch of the first one with the Cavs, I think the Cavs didn't really make a good job of surrounding him by his talent, because the best thing that they could have given him was a 37, 38-year-old Shaq. Then he moved to the Heat, and I remember this correctly. I didn't like it, but the 2011, that's the really only bad thing I could give him in his career.
Yeah.
But when you look at who he's beat in the finals, he beat a dynasty in the Spurs. He beat 3 future Hall of Famers, so KD, Russ, and Harden. And when you look at Golden State, yeah, you could say the injuries, suspensions, but even so, when people say that, Michael Jordan's first ring against the Lakers. So James Worthy, who was the second guy on the Lakers, and Byron Scott was the third guy. They were injured, and when they played that game 1, they beat the Bulls. So I could say that, okay, if the two were healthy, they probably wouldn't have won in 5 or 6, because they were so experienced. They won 5 rings together with Kareem and the Showtime Lakers. So that's for me. And also, when you look at the era of LeBron, so he was playing against the Kobe, the McGrady's, the Tim Duncans, and now during his peak, so he was playing also the Kevin Garnett's, he was playing Steph Curry, KD.
And also Barry. And Barry, I'm a Jordan guy, but remember, Jordan never beat those Pistons. Remember, he struggled against them early on. Because, you see, the thing that people never want to say, because for me, I'm one of those guys that says I'm ready to have a debate, because I still say Jordan, but I'm like, who did Jordan beat? And are we going to say that people in Jordan's... No, hold on. Are we going to say that the players in Jordan's era were tougher than the people in LeBron's era?
No, let me ask you this.
I'm just asking the question.
Let me ask you this. The guy went away for a while, came back, and three-peated again. Who leaves and comes back and three-peats again?
Z-Man, stop
that
this.
shows how trash that league is, man. Nah, we done with the 90s, man. That right-hand man can't do anything, bro. We done with that right-hand man.
Wait, hold on. Z-Man. So are you Bron over Jordan?
No, I genuinely believe that LeBron is better than Jordan. Let's keep it a stack. Like, I respect Jordan, of course, but like the way these old heads tell me this is the best defense in their era, the way they tell me that they can defend. These guys, the closest thing to a footballing term is like somebody doing a high press with no pressing, man. That's what that was, bro. That's what they were dealing with consistently on a consistent basis.
I will say this though, Z-Man.
When the Bulls beat the Golden State Warriors, uncomfortable conversations, man. We know Golden State Warriors would win, bro. They were winning 4, man. That wouldn't even be.
Wait. Okay. No. 90s rules. Will they win? 90s rules.
No.
Yes. Yeah, they would. They would. They're more
Wait, hold
skillful.
on.
No. Here's the thing. All jokes aside, I respect the 90s football. I actually do. I'm not trying.
You better, bro.
I respect 90s basketball, but when it comes to like football evolves right over time, and I felt like with LeBron's physicality, I don't think they'll be able to handle them. I'm gonna keep it real.
Oh,
the
no,
90s
LeBron,
defenders, I don't think they'll be able to handle him, and I just think that this guy's an improvement on the sport. Now I do think that Wembanyama is gonna be finishing them both, man. Shout out to my boy Wembanyama. But the best Frenchman, bro.
Oh no. See. That's what I always say. See, in terms of dud, MJ doesn't have dud. He doesn't have dud. Like MJ is just MJ. He is the guy. He is just the spec. He is the face of basketball. But in terms of dud, bro, what LeBron did. Because first of all, LeBron taking those guys to the finals. And those bumps to the finals, and also. I'm sorry. Yes, what he did against Golden State Warriors. Statistically, the greatest regular season team of all time. I'm sorry, that's
Okay, I get what you mean by taking those bumps to the finals, but I'm not gonna lie, man. People were calling the Raptors the Craptors, man. Back then, like it was like his road to the final was semi difficult. But if you look at the teams in that
but Blake, okay, all the teams that he beats, all the teams that Jordan beats, none of them we talk about as a great team. That Spurs team is seen as one of the great teams. Yeah. The Golden State Warriors is seen as one of the great teams. There's not a single team that the Bulls team beat that say, "Oh, this is one of the great teams." The Spurs team.
Just to play devil's advocate, I saw a clip of LeBron rolling his eyes when 21-year-old Kawhi Leonard came back on the court to guard him, man. Rolling his eyes, I gotta deal with this guy again.
Bro, Kawhi's an all-time great.
Okay, but Barry, what about when guys say that Jordan never went to a game 7? No, he never allowed it to go to a game 7.
That's a weak argument.
Yeah, HH. There was this question brought up right when it comes to 90s basketball, man. We're all done with the 90s, obviously, but there was this question brought up, right? Did the 90s have? I don't know. Did they have good scores or did they have average scores to the point where the defense looked good?
No. But say 90s. Scoring was, remember, like in the 90s, it was much more on the inside. People didn't really shoot a lot. So let's say it was more twos, much more big men, and it was much more stuff on the inside. Now everybody knows how to shoot now, and now just shoot. 90s now. It was you really basically and that's what they say, like Steph. That's why I agree with that. Steph Curry is one of the most influential athletes of all time.
Isaiah Thomas, man, they were good players then.
Yeah,
Hakeem was amazing.
But it was the era of the big men because you had Hakeem, Ewing, David Robinson, and after Tim Duncan.
But who made it a guards league? Jordan.
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
Okay. Let's get this cue. So shout out to your boy One Rich Future. Thoughts on Jujutsu Kaisen? Some Jujutsu fights in the anime. What is this?
The animation is freaking elite,
bro.
This is elite.
Okay, tell me more. What is this? I've never heard of this.
Oh, you gotta try it, man. You gotta try. I think you're gonna like it.
What makes it elite and what makes it amazing?
I think its animation is really well. Its storytelling is actually pretty decent and unique compared to other.
So is this like is this like a series or?
It's a series. There's already 2 seasons out, so it's like it revolves around sorcerers and whatnot, and the story revolves around this one character that's haunted by that has this demon inside him, which is kind of like the Naruto trope and whatnot, but it follows its own unique narrative. It actually looks good, man. Season 2, my goodness, man. Season 2 is absolutely.
No, look, I'm waiting for One Punch Man, man. Yeah. I'm all down for One Punch Man.
What, season 3?
You still waiting for that?
Yeah, season 3.
Hey, if you like One Punch Man, you should watch Mob Psycho. Mob Psycho is a better series in my opinion.
No, I did, and it was cool. It was cool, but wasn't. I know One Punch Man is, for me, that's just like there's just something about it that's just special. Nothing's
ever gonna top season 1, especially that first opening from season 1.
No. Look, that season 1 was amazing, but I actually liked the other ones as well. They were actually pretty good as well. Like the other ones were pretty good. Wait, AK, you wanted to say something, AK? Or
no, I was just asking if you could choose my question.
Okay, we'll get there. Zima, wait.
No, I was gonna say for like I'm surprised you haven't even tried a. Have you tried a Pluto? I feel like that would be up your alley.
Wait, what's it called? Pluto?
Yeah, it's in Netflix. It's actually a really good story, man.
I saw one really. I've forgotten what it's called. There's one on HBO Max, and I forgot because I actually have it saved. But I don't know what it is. But I don't know. For me, I just think like, okay, so this thing that you're saying, what's it called again? Jujutsu Kaisen. So is it action? Is it thriller? Is it fantasy? What is it?
It's action with, I would say, a little bit of thriller. I'd say it's a combination of both. I guess you could say it's not horror because it's not really that. It never gets that like the horror, but it is. I would say it's live action and thriller more so than it's action and thriller more so than anything. But
okay, so let's okay. Oh Lord, all right. Okay, AK.
I guess.
Okay, J2S, do you want to pick this up?
Me
No, but we
start.
see, but here's I definitely want to hear what the Americans think. But let's just hear from J2S. Do you think he's going to win?
Yeah, we're mag country, man. We're going all the way. We need to get this bum dementia merchant out the door. So we need
Respect
to
Sleepy Joe, man. Respect Sleepy Joe, man.
Okay. Let's actually see boots on the ground. So, AK, what is just from the American point of view, like, because I'll be real with you, this could be this could be a bigger comeback than R9 in O2, bro.
I mean,
without
it could be,
without the grenades, yeah.
It could be. It could be.
No, but my thing though is, really, after everything is done, do you actually really win?
You underestimate America. you genuinely underestimate America because.
Yeah, is that done?
Well, I don't know who else like. Z-Man can help me here, but I don't know who else. Like, is there any other Republicans still in the running? Or like, did they all just say?
Oh no! Wait, wasn't Nikki Haley the last stand?
Yeah,
the ones that was done,
but,
like it's him
What
now.
happened to that brown guy?
I feel like Trump is gonna win.
Yeah,
he's gonna win over the Republican side. So if anything,
it
it's
looks
gonna
like
be.
that.
No. I mean, but do you think he beats Biden though?
He could easily. The problem with Biden is he's gonna have to his PR is gonna have to do so much damage control, man. They have to prepare for this guy because Trump is gonna attack him in every single debate. Every time he stutters.
I can't respond.
Again, I want to be like respectful here. So, how are they going to debate?
Live on air,
because if a guy has short-term memory loss and everything, how is the debate going to work though? Like you have to listen now, his bro. Because they're normally like 3 debates. You have to debate. Now, there's no getting around that, bro. You have to be there. At least for one.
It could get so bad to the point where Biden is asking, "Where am I at, man?" Like in the middle of the debates and live on TV on air, man. And I'll be honest, like Trump still has a RICO case. I don't know.
But this is why I find this crazy is that there's a guy who still is technically still in court and is still dealing with cases, and he's running for. Wait, is this Doi? Like, how is a guy running for president and he's due in court 9 a.m. tomorrow morning?
It might be Doi to the power of Doi. Let's be real. I mean,
okay. I'm going to go to the limb. I said, nah, he ain't winning, bro. Nah, like that looks really ridiculous.
I think he is. I think he is,
bro.
Okay. So Barry, why do you think a potential criminal is going to become president again?
I'm not too much of a politics guy, but when I look at Biden, I mean, he's on like 1,000 HP. He's gonna go out like any second possible. So when you look at Trump, I'm being honest. I'm being honest, man.
He's one sneeze away from leaving us, man. He's one sneeze away, bro. He's one sneeze away, bro. If he sneezes, it might be done, bro. It might be over for him.
What is this guy saying 1,000 HP?
Bro, I mean, I thought the last debates were fun. Like, I actually laughed at the last debates. Like,
this is like the state of the country.
We might need to have an emergency hangout.
There shouldn't be this. Oh, AK, bro, I'm setting up those hangouts for November, bro. Of course, there's going to be a post-match analysis, bro.
Post-debate analysis.
But see, here's the thing, though. People didn't vote for Biden. They just voted against Trump.
Yeah.
No one is voting for. So, and I think that's what Biden is going to be right away. Like, no one is voting for me because they want me as president. They just don't want him. So I'm the lesser of, which is why it's the worst thing. Because if you are voting, you want to vote for, I'm voting for this guy because I believe in him. But you have a situation where people are not voting because, man, I want Biden to be president. Like, I don't want it to be my president, but I most definitely don't want that guy to be in charge.
But
so it's a lesser of two evils, which is crazy.
When Trump was president, bro, it was peak content, bro. I was entertained every day.
Yeah, HH. There's an opinion from across the pond over here. We got our own elections as well, which is massive for us over here. A bit
good luck with those.
I mean, no one gives a shit here.
And the other thing is, I know Americans like to portray themselves as the main character in the world, but luckily the president doesn't have real power. So whoever's behind the scene, the lobbyists and the people, the shadow government, if you want to call them that, are, pulling the cards. This is just going to be entertainment for us across the pond to enjoy.
So, no, but do you think Trump wins though?
I think Trump wins by a landslide. I think, unfortunately.
No, come on, no,
Because-
landslide. Stop it, bro.
Because if they do a debate face to face, it's going to be embarrassing for Biden.
No, but I understand. People who hate Trump, they're not even going to watch the debates. They're already going to be like, I am voting for Biden because I hate Trump. Like, this guy, he pissed off so many people. This guy was so psycho. The guys were like, I don't need to watch the debates. If these are the two guys, I'm voting for Biden. Not because I like him, because this guy's a freaking psycho. And I'm voting to ensure this psycho isn't in charge. Put anyone in charge, as long as that's not the psycho.
There's a problem that's been highlighted by podcasters in the US.
Ibs, I know.
That the immigration
J2S,
problem-
there were people marching in Nigeria for
I have a
Trump.
question. Why do West Africans
AK, mute your mic. AK, mute your mic. Sam, continue.
Yeah.
Sam, continue, Sam.
So there's a massive thing I think the American colleagues over here would highlight. There's an immigration problem. Military-age men, Chinese in particular, are coming from Mexico freely into the US borders. And that's going to cause a massive issue because the Democrats, I believe, want them to vote, want the illegal immigrants to vote, which would obviously, they'll vote most likely Democrat. And I think the country's more divided than it was in 2018, when obviously Donald came into power. It's a more fractious world that we live in. And it's more...
But Simon, as much first of all, do you realize what Trump was doing? Simon, do you realize there was a freaking insurrection, bro?
but
this guy led an insurrection, saying that the vote was rigged.
Americans are waking up to like Chinese people.
Sam, he launched an insurrection. I don't think you realize just how dynamic and how crazy this dude was.
Yeah, but the main farmland's getting brought near military bases in the US. Foreign people are buying. It's been highlighted under Biden's reign that's massively a huge problem. I know some Americans will still vote Biden regardless, but I think it's going to be a landslide if Trump debates him.
I mean, Blake, do you think your boy Trump is going to get that landslide? Are we going to be calling it one of the womp?
Honestly, I don't know. I ain't gonna lie, I don't know. It will be. I'm gonna say this: for all the stuff he's been through, I actually thought he would be in jail. I ain't gonna lie to you. I thought he would be in jail.
But like when they showed all the evidence, okay, this is slam dunk. He's in jail. Like the fact that he's not in jail, I'm like,
look, hey,
this is crazy.
Do you remember he went on Twitter when he was losing the election and he goes, "Stop the count."
Yeah. Blake, it became a meme. It became a meme. Like, bro, they're saying like why didn't Setien say stop the count at 4-1? So you know.
Oh, it's good.
No, but HH, he got banned from Twitter. He got unbanned from Twitter. He was meant to go to jail. He's not going to jail now. To become what kind of combat story? This is greater than R9.
No, guys, no. And this is a promise. You can hold me to this. If Trump wins, we'll do an emergency hangout, bro. Because I'm so sure that he ain't winning, bro.
Wait,
he's winning, bro. He's winning.
He's winning.
What channel are you gonna do the political?
Oh no. Zima, now that's a crazy question to ask.
I'm just here for the last. I'm just here for the last.
Okay. I know Trump is great. He doesn't cross over to football. So relax.
H is gonna be posting his live reaction saying, when Trump makes a move.
Yeah, I'm just gonna hear H go, kid.
He's gonna take off. He's gonna take off his shirt.
Actually, no. You know what? Like, because those debates, they were so hilarious. I am actually going to do like a watch along to the debates. I think, guys, do you know how fucked up that is, bro? Those debates, they're like it's like wrestling, and it's like I know they're going to be entertaining, but like, oh my gosh, blah, blah.
Especially Trump and Biden, bro.
Didn't Biden on the debate say like astaghfirullah or like inshallah or something like that? He just said that.
What?
No, bro. Seriously, have you seen the video of where they just show like Biden he'll be like, and then you came in and that was a.
Can you pull up Josh?
Yeah, it was a good one. Yeah. I mean, it's like it's basically you shouldn't really make fun of it, but it's like this is.
Oh.
Can you pull up Josh
Yeah,
Rogan's
pull
comment?
up, Josh. Yeah, pull up.
Mine might be classic.
No, but no. No, I mean, look, it's like okay. So now I don't know where they go. Has there ever been a president of the U.S. twice before? Has that ever happened before in history?
Yeah.
Yeah, plenty.
Yeah,
Like twice,
Obama did
and then
that.
like, yeah.
No. Oh no, sorry.
You mean with a break in between?
There we go.
Oh
yes.
yeah, there was.
So who has? I mean, who has done?
I
Where
think, yeah.
there's been a break, where like he's been president one time, came back, and years, like 8 days after he then came and was president
No,
again.
I know there was a guy in like the late 1800s who had like a 4-year term, and then there wasn't the president.
I mean,
for 4
like,
years.
I mean, can we get like a 20th century up in this piece? You know,
Nah.
something like that.
No, I
Like, can we
just
get
remember-
something in column?
Bro,
You know, technical
bro,
at least.
I used to memorize all the presidents, so I remember there's a guy who was the president like twice. Oh yeah, that guy. Yeah.
Oh,
him,
yeah, Grover. Okay, Grover,
Cleveland
Cleveland. Okay.
State. Is it Cleveland State? Was that a city?
It's a city.
Oh,
Yeah.
brick geography.
Yeah. Okay. So nobody from the 1900s onwards. So this is 1880 to 1890. Yeah.
You're talking about the early 2000s or what? Because
No. Okay, no. I'm saying from 1900 onwards. Has there ever been a guy who's held 2 terms not non-consecutively? Because
I
so
think
basically,
Roosevelt.
if Trump does this, he'd have been the first to do this since this guy Grover Cleveland, which was in the freaking 1890s.
God damn.
In
Like,
AJ's time.
That is freaking.
think the
Listen,
Roosevelt
look, see, my thing, look, I get, because guys, let's keep it a stack. Look at the world and what's happening, especially in Europe. Right wing winning seats, right winning things. There is definitely a push of the right wing just happening globally now, and I do feel that because again, just looking at what guys have been saying, like a lot of people are like Biden is okay. No, from the Americans here, Barry, Zeman, and AK.
I'm Canadian, but
okay. Oh, okay. Sorry. Okay. From for Zeman and AK, has the country gotten worse in America as opposed to when it was with Trump?
Well, I mean, I've just stopped paying attention to politics ever since I think the last 2 years since I was in uni. But I mean, there were protests right outside my window, bro. Like it's that bad. Like every week there's a protest.
Why? When? I mean, so protests about what?
This is like various like things. So one year it's like Israel, Palestine. The other it's like economy. The other it's like this.
I'll say for the
Bro,
most
I'm
part,
sleeping and there's a protest. They wake me up, bro.
Well,
damn.
I would say for the most part, I still think America's still like largely divided in terms of like yeah.
So are you saying so it's more divided now than it was under Trump, or the same?
I think it's I think it's still getting worse. I think it's still getting more divided than it was under Trump. But again, like Trump was a controversial figure compared to like Biden's. Just nobody really trusts him. That's his biggest problem. Nobody really trusts them, whether it's Democratic or Republican. But I'll be honest, like the machine's still going wrong. So it's not about what party wins. Like I said previously, it's about lobbyists. And if the machine's still working, that's all that matters to these guys. And let's be honest, like. I mean, the economy's not getting better. I mean, there aren't that much jobs available, so it's more divided than it's been, than it's ever been, and it's going to continue to be more divided, man. Whether Trump gets into office or not, I don't think that's going to stop anyway, in any shape or form. I'm being honest. It's between. It really doesn't matter. The lobbyists still have control.
Okay, so I know that you apparently you're a worldwide man. You live in all different places.
Yes.
I might need you to hook me up with some of those places, bro, because I'm not staying here any longer after uni. I'll be real.
Well, I mean, but why so that? What is
Bro,
preparing you
like-
to leave America?
Just, bro, everything's just like so divided. Just, bro, I'd rather not be here. Like, it's just like that.
As in, so you feel like a civil
like-
war happening or something?
Not like civil war. Like, it just things are getting worse in America. Like, I'm pretty sure most people can like attest to that. So
Yeah, the cost
think-
of living,
yeah,
everything,
cost of
man.
living.
Bro,
There's
like
apparently a
it's I
recession.
I think like I think
Yeah,
like
it's
like
not
J2S
much-
and Sam can tell like
yeah.
it's
It's not much
global.
better
Man.
over here.
It's
It's
everywhere.
really not
It's
much better
global,
over
bro. And like, 'cause it's
Yeah.
like it is stupid, bro. Because you're like,
Oh,
wait a minute.
even here, bro.
Yeah, no, it's not. Listen, you know what it is? No one wants to say this though, but it's a fact. Ukraine and Russia, that was a knock-on effect.
Yeah,
Because everyone knew that, bro. If you lock out Russia, this is just going to have a knock-on effect because Russia is so. We need to go. Okay, rising energy prices, gas, and everything. It's all down to Russia because Russia is the guys that control a lot of the world's energy. So once that conflict happened and everyone froze out and sanctioned Russia, we all had to now bear the cost. Now, Putin is a freaking moron. So it is what it is. But, and also, again, I don't want to get into it because that itself is very complicated.
Yeah.
That whole Russia-Ukraine thing, if you look at the history of it and the promises that were made, and the promises that were made to Gorbachev and everything, because basically, go and watch Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s interview with Zimmer. I think you know the guy, the comedian, the white guy, white comedian with Charlemagne. I've forgotten his name. Yeah, Schultz.
Andrew
Andrew Schultz. Macy. So Robert F. Kennedy Jr. he does a interview with Schultz, and he talks about Russia, Ukraine, and about the history of the conflict and the stuff that they're not really telling you, and about promises that were made to Russia about not really expanding NATO's influence in that region and how they pretty much went back on that promise.
Yeah.
And now, Russia being sanctioned, it's screwed us all over. All this costs of energy price and everything, it's all because of Russia. And Russia being
I
sanctioned.
mean, especially in Europe because we used to be so reliant on Russia's like oil, gas, everything. Like look at Germany right now; they can't afford their energy stuff. UK as well, like we can't afford it.
Wait,
So we have to look to other avenues.
didn't UK negotiate new contracts because they decided to go all Brexit, so they're negotiating their own terms?
That's a whole
God,
different
God knows
story.
what with Brexit,
Bro,
man.
Brexit was that thing.
Brexit was in 2016, and we're still talking about it in 2020.
Yeah, but it was a mess, man. It was
the other thing is Taiwan near China as well. The Ukraine-Russia thing's more of a distraction, while the US takes microchips manufactured in the US now. They're moving away from Taiwan because Taiwan's going to be invaded by China soon. So, and the US economy's grown last year and is growing this year as well. As much as the prices are going up, the economy of the US is going up. UK's in recession though, so we're screwed. HH. So we need to...
wait. Actually, let's know. You can actually still travel. I think it's called the Schengen.
Schengen, no?
Schengen territory. So I think even if Brexit goes through, I think it still happens. If you're within the Schengen territory with your UK passport, you can still go through Europe. Because that's what was making me so angry. That my God, you effing morons! Don't tell me that you now have to get a visa to go to freaking France. Or so forth. Freaking France. Yeah, Schengen visa. Yeah, the Schengen visa. No, but it's true. Like guys, like. If you look about like everything is expensive now. The cost of living is freaking like energy prices are stupid high, and it's like it's because of the freaking Russia thing, man. So
but for me, it's only rent that's kind of annoying. Gas is actually okay, maybe because like I have like an American car, but I use gas from Canada, so it actually fits better with car.
Okay, so you're saying that gas is, but it's rent that's high for you.
Yeah, rent and food. Yeah,
I mean, no, I think no. For me, it's like basically everything is high. Everything is high, but I think what everyone is saying really is the cost of living is crazy, and I just think like just for basic people, it's like food,
it's gonna get tough.
Like basic food, like stuff that used to cost like this is like $2. It's gone up like 50%, and the key stuff is that everything is just rising and rising and rising, and the issue that people are saying, we didn't know. Like I think at a point, people say like, wait a minute, we're not gonna like you can't just keep on raising this price. We're just gonna say no, we can't afford it. So like you're raising high energy prices at winter, where guys, bro, people just cannot afford to pay stuff that is this freaking high.
Wait, HH, how bad is gas prices there?
I don't think it's as, I mean, it's high, but I don't think it's as big as, let's say, America. So I think the big thing in the UK is cost of living.
Wait, when you say gas, do you mean petrol? What do you mean?
No, I'm just asking because I don't.
Oh, no. Yeah, pretty obviously, it's petrol in the
Yeah,
UK,
it's
gas.
different.
But no, but I think, yeah, petrol it's high, but I think the main issue in the UK is just rent and food. So basically, just like the basic amenities. So like literally, you go into the shops, and just food is so stupid high. And also as well, if you look at it, like you're seeing a lot of people. You're seeing basically as I go through the streets, I'm seeing a lot more people just like queuing for food now. Like a lot more people who are in. I was like, bro, and these are like white guys. So it's one thing, but I'm seeing white guys like on the streets homeless. I'm seeing like a lot more white homeless people now happening, and I'm like, bro, if you're not seeing a lot of these white homeless people now, like this is it's real. And the thing about the UK is that it's very classist. So there are still guys who are like stupid rich, and these guys they don't give a damn about any of the poor people around, bro. Like these guys, and the worst thing are the politicians as well. Like these politicians, these guys, these are bricks, and these guys earn ridiculous amounts of money, like stupid, crazy amounts of money. Because there's this guy called I don't know whether have you heard of this guy called George Galloway?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's basically it's like a record. He basically won. He basically has his own party, and has actually won a seat into like the parliament now. And guys are like, this guy's basically like a Labour and Conservative. That are the two big parties. And this guy, I think it's a Rochdale. He basically won the most seats. And guys are like, how the heck did this guy from a completely independent party win more seats than, like for you guys, imagine an independent party winning more seats than like the Democrats and the Republicans. It's unheard of. But what guys are saying is like, people are so disillusioned by the two big parties, like, no, F it. I'm going to go independent. Like, there is so much distrust now between the two big parties. The guys are like, bro, like, we don't even know who the hell to freaking vote for because both of these guys are liars.
Especially Rochdale, because that's near Manchester, if I'm correct.
Mm.
And that's a major red area. Manchester and Hull is major red, and for an independent party to win that, Labour's been there for decades, and to win, that's ridiculous. That's like London's been blue for ages. That's like an independent party winning London. Like that doesn't happen.
No, but London's loads of boroughs though, so we can't equate
saying,
London equivalent.
Like if Birmingham's become blue now,
But
but
but it's right. I'm even because my brother, he lives in Birmingham, and he used to be in London, and he's like, bro, like, now I don't know what the prices are, but he says like Birmingham is way cheaper than London. Like London is, bro. Do you know how expensive this freaking city is, bro? It's a scam, man.
Birmingham's a complete mess because this council's bankrupt. So all the street, like, they can't even empty bins now. Like it's come to that level.
From your thing, what place is actually good then? From your knowledge.
Oh, you mean like country-wise?
Yeah.
You don't. So basically, there's no tax in Dubai. Is it Dubai or Qatar?
No, Dubai. The thing is, bro, like I've lived in Dubai. It's so hard to get a job there right now. Like because like I spoke to my dad. Like my dad had to work 10 years. 10 years in his company in different locations, France and the US, to even get a move to Dubai. Like they, and
I mean, if you can find a job, this place, Geneva, man, or Zurich, because Switzerland is so removed from all this BS of what's happening. You do feel like you're in a freaking bubble, but just that it's a super expensive city. So if you can get a really high-paying job or like a good job in Geneva or Zurich, it's a great place to live. You know, because they're just like sort of like cocoon from everywhere. So beyond that, though,
I think Singapore's good as well. Singapore.
I mean, here's the thing though. Now, obviously, it's still a massive divide between rich and poor, but there are quite a few people that are going to South Africa.
True.
You know, there are quite a few people that are going to South Africa because again, like great climate, and if you're in the safer, better parts of town, like is it like in Johannesburg, Cape Town, there are people that go to that. So
Switzerland, they have an economic problem there too.
They do.
but it's like in comparison to basically everywhere is effed up. There are very few places right now where it's like a good country and the economy is great. Because what's happening is it's not restricted just to North America. Everywhere is effed up. Like everywhere is effed up. And things are just gonna get even worse now. But like I think there is because basically so I did like this international marketing course like years ago, and they said the future is Africa. So what's happening is that so when I go to Nigeria now, there's so many Chinese people there. Because what China is doing is that because they know Africa is the future, so whenever I go to Nigeria, there's so many Chinese people there, and they're now pretty much putting in like
Infrastructure.
foundations because the new thing is going to be green energy. So green energy is going to be like the new thing that everyone is going to be using now. And what's the place that has most natural resources? It's Africa. So China are thinking years ahead, and they're because really, guys, this is what is scary, bro. America's going to fall.
I was going to say China's copying what the British Empire did.
Yeah.
It's going into these countries because they need natural resources because their future population is going to collapse and they can't sustain that. So they're going to
and which is why it's like China is going to be the next big empire.
Yeah,
but you got India as well.
You got India's in 10 years behind. India's 10 years behind, and it can learn the mistakes of China.
Exactly.
Yeah, but the India PR I've seen
it's not good.
That's just Twitter. HH. I just want to ask you.
Some way say some.
The UK politics, just a quick one on those wild comments. I don't know if you heard those comments from Tory donors.
Oh yeah.
That's crazy.
No, but it's like you already knew that this is how these guys feel and everything. Because remember, like that's how they ousted your boy Corbyn because they said that he was anti-Semitic, and then they had no proof he was an anti-Semite. They just said, "Oh, we've heard him say a few things, and that's just what destroyed his whole career now." But these guys, they've literally come out and said things explicitly, and you know what this whole thing is, and even as well, like it's even a whole touchy thing. Then you have the whole Israel thing, which is freaking wild.
You don't want
because my thing is that, and okay, let me just quickly get the jokes because I don't want to go too deep in Israel, but there's just something that that you guys should be aware of. So let me just say this to Bok here. Since you're 19, would you? Okay.
Yeah, would you?
Jaden Alvarado.
I'm 19.
Marvin, you know what? I'd say no. I'm still 19, but you know what? I think I'll pass on an 18-year-old, but I'll pass.
So
Jaden. Jaden Alvarado. I'm into politics, and from the experience, it will be a close election. If Biden gets tough on the border, I think the results will be the same. American people blame politicians for their shortcomings. I mean, look, for me, I, in my view, and I could be wrong. I just feel people's hatred for Trump is what's going to win out. And I think that despite even people not really being a fan of Biden, even if Biden changes a few things, I think people's hatred for Trump is going to be the real turning point of the election. Again, and this is why it's sad. People will not vote for Biden because they like Biden or his policies. They're like, it's the lesser of two evils. Now,
you just took words out of my mouth.
Yeah, but then Elijah, though, what you don't want are guys who are like, these are two freaking relics. I ain't voting, bro. Like, screw it. So if you have a large number of people that just refuse to vote, then you're like, what? But then I was watching this program on YouTube, and it said the big thing about that election was Trump said to his people, don't do any mail-in voting because it could be fraud. Go on and vote on the day. But the people voted for Biden, they went in and did all this whole mail-in voting, and that's what really changed the tide. So voting tactics are going to be very key. But like, look, I just think what is so sad for America is these are two old guys, bro. These guys are really old. The fact that you don't have a 50-year-old or something coming through. I mean, but Elijah, where do you think the elections is going to turn, though?
I have I have lost hope for this country already. I'm actually looking at possibly going to Canada, maybe, or Australia or something.
Barry.
I'm not gonna lie. It's just like when you think about it, the problem is we have a two-party system that will never fall. But then it sucks for those other people. Like, I'm an independent, so I'm neither Democrat nor Republican. So my
It's good.
candidate,
I like that's what I like to hear.
but the sad thing is, my candidate doesn't stand a chance.
Kanye West?
No, God, no.
Barry, see, Barry. If I had a brick on this profile, I'll drop that brick twice.
Wait, it isn't Kanye West anymore. It's Ye.
Yeah.
But the thing is, what sucks is just that like there's no legitimate way that a third party person can be able to win the election, because they're pretty much.
But so isn't RFK Jr. running as a third candidate?
But who's voting for him? Has he done a debate? Has he won anything in terms of caucuses? See, that's how America works. The thing is this: it's either you're Republican or Democrat. If you're a third party, you don't stand a chance. And I would me personally, I would like to see somebody who has a different set of ideas to bring to the country, or instead of just those two, allow the third party to have a chance. Or
but I mean that's not hard, because politics it's rigged. It's all rigged. You have to understand that a president of a country, this is very key. This is about legacy. So fairness, it's not about democracy or fairness. No, it's about no. These are specific barriers of entry. And bro, look at how they screwed over RFK Jr. He had to create his own party because they're like, okay, no, this guy, he's too controversial. And this guy is going a bit too, and he's asking too many scary questions. No. So, which is why it is sad though. Wait, let me quickly, so shout out to your boy Abdallah. The NHS will get sold off soon to go to private sector. That'll be effed up if that happens, bro. Because one of the best things about England is the freaking NHS. Freaking national health. As much as I admire America, bro, the two reasons why I could never live in America: the guns and that healthcare stuff, bro. It's crazy. Which is why,
they come hand in hand as well.
Bro, I say to my uncle, how do you operate in a place? And my uncle is a surgeon in Atlanta. How do you have a country where I'm bleeding and it's like, yo, so do you? Oh, help me. So where's your insurance, yo? It's like it's insane. It's insane. So having a national healthcare thing is key. So if this NHS goes, then these guys are bricks. Shotty Boy Wing, I'm waiting outside the house the day she turns up. You see, I should have read that beforehand. I should have read that beforehand.
No, Wing's taking advantage of no mods.
I don't know. He's a prick. So now this is a controversial subject, but let me just my general thing here about this. And this is the last subject, and then we'll go before we get cancelled. So here's my thing here. So this whole Israel-Palestine thing. Now, you have to understand this, guys. And I think someone mentioned this to me years ago. Israel is extremely important for America.
Yeah.
Because Israel is in a very important strategic position in that region. So remember, guys, this is about 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years in advance. What America wants is influence in that region without explicitly doing so, but doing so through 3D, 5D chess. So if they can just expand the influence of Israel, just keep expanding and expanding and expanding, but really just maintain a presence there without explicitly being there, that is what America wants. Because where do Israel get all their guns from, their weaponry from, and everything? It's from America. All their tanks, weaponry, soldiers, that's all from America. And America knows that, bro, that is a very important region. If we can just have one of our guys right there, planted in there, and we support them, give them our weaponry, we now have a strong foothold right there. So for America, of course they don't, bro, because in their mind it's like, bro, we need Israel to be strong in there and to be robust. So that's what ain't ending anytime soon. Sorry. It's Barry, any thoughts on this whole Israel thing, man?
The thing is, I'm not educated enough on this matter, so I prefer to not say anything. Yeah, that's best.
Clever. I respect that.
Yeah, because like if I knew, maybe I could give an opinion, but if I don't know too much, it's better.
Yeah, it's
Okay, so this is what I was saying. Again, it's true. You have to educate yourself on the whole thing, but and you should, because it is complicated.
Yeah,
because about it and everything. But this is what I've always said about this whole thing is in a utopia, it's complicated. Because it is very difficult to know who deserves to be there based on the long history. But we don't live in a utopia. We live in a world where it's dog eats dog, and whoever is the strongest wins. So the way that we live in this world is, I have this land. If you want it, come and take it. If you beat me for it and take it, fair dues, it's yours. If I want it back, I now have to kill you, destroy you, and then take it back. That's how it works. So how I've always said is that if we go via the rules, that's how this world has worked, because that is how it's happened in colonialism. That's how you have all these colonies, and which is like I went into places, killed the people there, took it by force. It's now ours. Dog eats dog. So whoever was there before and everything, they're there now. If you want them, fight for it. If you beat them, it's yours. But what made this weird is that there wasn't a war. You just shoved them away and then put people in there. So that is where it's like, okay, forget about who was there first or anything. These people are there now. If you want it, you go to war. Because for America, you can't now say, oh, well, because America... I don't think there was any treaty signed to say, okay, these American Indians, you don't have to go. No, you went in, the Americas, killed them, took it by force. England, we know what he did in Africa. We know what he did in India. And you know what he did to the Aborigines, because all those Australians are all English prisoners. So my thing is, keep the same energy, which is that the way the world works is not a utopia. It's not nice. It's a dog. It's a dog. It's survival of the fittest. Is who is the strongest. And if you want something, you go to war. And if you win, it's yours.
HH, this deserves like its own hangout. It's a massive topic.
No. See, this is the thing that annoys me with this whole thing and everything, is like how anytime you bring it up, people are like, man, it's no, because here's my thing, like it's complicated and it's not.
That's what I was going to say.
So that's my thing. It's like, if you want to go if you want to treat the world as that's why I said it, if you want to treat the world as a utopia, it's complicated.
Yes.
But if you want to treat the world as how the world truly is, it isn't complicated. Because how the world is about the conquered and those who can't conquer. So there were a group of people who were there. If you want the land, you go to war. It shouldn't be given to you. Why should it be given to you? Everyone else had to fight to get whatever they wanted. Anybody else who wanted a piece of land, whether it was theirs or not, oh, you're there, okay, you don't want to go. We now go to war. That's how the world has worked for years. It isn't how the world should work, but that's just how the world has worked. So that if you want a piece of land or territory, you go to war. So
that's true.
The issue is that nobody wants to say this stuff, and nobody wants to come out and say this stuff. And it's just also annoying when, if you suggest this stuff, you're like, well, it's complex, it's hard to know, it's back and forth. I'm like, it depends on how you want to approach this, because if you approach this a certain way, there is a clear answer. There is a clear answer. Just that people just don't want to know what the clear answer is. There is a simple answer.
I would hope everyone in this hangout and in the chat knows it's clearly obvious what's going on, and clearly can see who's in the wrong. But the main reason why people say it's complex is if you say something, you'll be labeled something by a certain group of people, and then you can lose your job.
And we know what that certain group of people controls.
No, we don't need to go into.
Okay. Let's just.
Let's not get into detail.
No. That's no. But my thing though is, but the reason why I started with the whole thing of America, like, what is the world's empire now? The world's empire now is America, and America and Israel are allies. And as I started, Israel is right in the hotbed of the Middle East, and America know that is a very strategic place. So anybody who comes in as president knows that
Israel is very important
But HH,
because of where it is in the Middle East, and we
HH.
need them there, and we need to supply them and make sure that they are powerful so that we can have a firm position in our region.
But you know what the craziest thing is? You're right. There's one empire right now, but we're in 2024 with social media. We're not in the Roman Empire. We could see everything live. What's happening? So,
but at the same time, perception is reality, and like and we're in the world. Basically, we are. Because I was having this conversation with my sister right now, and we're just talking about how, you know, how I used to look at like a news channel for debate, you know. So you'd be like, okay, you go to the channel, and he'll have a side, he'll have a side, and you just watch the debates of other sides right now. Right now, everything is tribal now because people want to be in echo chambers. So I watch CNN because they're going to give me a very leftist view. I watch Fox or GB News because they're going to be a right-wing view. There isn't a news channel that just says, no, we're just here for just news.
No, because
and when we have these points, we now have...
The full reason is because everything is naturally biased. Like, if you want something to give me just unbiased, pure news, you watch, like, I think there's a network called C-SPAN, which just shows like what's happening in Congress.
No. But okay, see, now here's the thing. Even if I think this guy is a moron, like Piers Morgan's TV channel, that he now has.
Talk TV.
Yeah, Talk TV. Like, even if I hate that guy, but what I have to admire him though is that whenever he does the stuff, he brings in two people with two opposing views, and they now have like a back and forth. And even if I know where his politics are at, he at least attempts to be like, anytime I do something, I want to bring in two guys with two opposing views. But even still, though, he's still slanted a certain way. What news is and how we should be educated as like a society is, you have to have 2 points of view. Yeah. Even if you have a point of view, you have to be presented 2 points of view. But the issue is that there's so many channels right now that are just echo chambers where we are just sort of just bombarding you with one point of view. And even if we bring another point of view, we are just going to completely attack this other point of view. Because and you can look at it in the comments. Whenever people now see someone who now goes against what the channel's agenda is, like, oh no, why you blah blah blah. I was like, bro, the whole point of debates is they're there to debate. You can't chastise someone from having a different point of view. You can say you are wrong because of X, Y, and Z. But nobody wants that. We are so tribal now, more than ever. And we are so entrenched in our viewpoints that we don't even want to listen to another viewpoint.
Infowars is the way.
Yeah. No,
vibe.
No. All news is it's basically just biased information, and all they're trying to do is basically they're trying to convince you of one perspective. That's basically it. And people listen to news depending on what they want to hear. So you could listen to Al Jazeera, you could listen to BBC, you could listen to CNN, whatever. But that's your choice. And depending on your perspective, you're going to listen to only those type of news channels. And one thing I wanted to speak about was this Israel-Palestine issue.
Oh God!
And it's very no. Trust me, I'm
going to mute myself.
No. Essentially, the thing is, it's a very dicey situation for both. As I think Sam had said, it you get labeled for saying a specific thing, even though you don't want to pick and choose sides. If you look at it, like Israel right now, they are currently, as you said, situated in the Middle East, and for the U.S., this is their main source of funds through any sort of oil that they get. However, the other issue is that there is also a convention that's come up, and that's called BRICS. I'm not sure if you know.
Yeah, Federal BRICS. Yeah. BRICS. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. So currently, many of the Middle Eastern countries have also decided to join that sort of basic community and that sort of association. And most of the bilateral trades that comes in the form of oil has been now changed, and it's been done in a different currency, not the US dollar. And so what you're seeing is possibly in the next few decades, the US dollar just dropping in terms of the value, whereas the other currencies, are just going to slowly increase in value. So the US right now and considering that there is going to be a recession happening in the US soon, which is something that periodically happens in the US, the overall cost of living is going to shoot up high, as well as the vacancies in jobs are going to come down at an all-time low. So you're seeing a little bit of a difficult situation right now in the United States. And considering that there are going to be elections at the same time, so
I say that they're heading towards a depression.
It's not as heavy as, you know, like the Wall Street crash or something like that, but it's slowly getting there. But they
You'd
can.
say worse than 08? Would you say worse than 2008?
No, definitely not. But you know, the thing is, the US is in such a dominant position with respect to every country in this world. I mean, you take a look at their military technology. That country trumps over every country in the world with respect to the military tech. The primary reason why Israel is really winning these is because of their military tech that's funded by the US.
Yeah.
Look at their Iron Dome technology. Like, that thing is able to target IBM missiles and counterattack those missiles, which is only possible through the help of R&D from the US. Look at the insane aerospace technology that's there in the US with respect to their fighter engines and fighter jets. So, I mean, the US is in such a dominant position that they're able to bounce back from any sort of problem that they face. But these are just sort of like their collaterals. They're just sort of keeping them as like insurances. You know, if okay, so
Wait,
if,
so you're saying Israel is the collateral? You're saying what?
so no, I believe it is sort of like their collateral. Now, if you look at this from another point of view, right? So but the Hamas, which is basically, you know what they are, right? So
yeah.
They are getting funded by Hezbollah, which is another group in Iran, and they're getting funded by all these other Middle Eastern countries other than UAE, because UAE has opted out of this. So with that being said, oil is now not going to be straight and cutthroat to the US, if that makes sense. They're not going to trade to the US directly, and the thing is, Gaza itself was disconnected completely from any sort of funding ever since this whole conflict had come up. So the only money that they've been getting in order to develop their tech and their weaponry and armory was from these other groups, which got their money from oil trades to other countries. So it's all connected, and it's
So how do you think the war ends then?
It's very difficult. I mean, look, like you said,
because again, the reality though is that, like, because you say, because this is what people need to realize here. That whole two-state thing, that bridge has passed, bro. That ain't happening. Of like a two-state solution. So that's why I say to myself that this is really now the end game now, because the whole thing of like, let's have two states. No, for me, it's really it's all or nothing.
You know, the issue had actually, the main reason why this issue came up was because it stemmed from the fact that both of these religions, they share a common holy city, which is Jerusalem, right? And so that
I'm sorry. This is just too much BS now. I have to step in. Sorry. This is you can't just talk so much nonsense.
I expected KP to come in.
Okay, specifically, what is the vibe saying that was wrong?
I don't listen. I'm not going to talk about the solution, but if you're actually interested in this topic, right? They're like, there's one book that everyone should read, which is Righteous Victims by Benny Morris. Like, it's a 600-page book. Like, it covers everything from 1880 to 2000. And there's this dumbass view that Israel is somehow a religious state. It's actually, it was never right. It was the second Aliyah, which started in 1908, which was at that time Palestine. It wasn't even called Palestine. It was called Southern Syria, the Vilayat of Syria. They were secular Jews. They were not religious Jews. They didn't give two shits about Temple Mount or anything. It's not a religious issue. Like,
no. But as I said, like, my thing is that now.
No. One more thing. And this idea that Israel depends on the US. Bro, they have a GDP of 550 billion. The US gives them what, 3 billion per year. That's not even like 1% of it. Like, I mean,
no. We're talking about military-wise. Israel gets the military weapons from US. US have supplied Israel their military weapons. Everyone knows this.
Because they pay them. They have a GDP of 550 billion.
Initially, they've been paying them all this time.
Yeah, US. But the US didn't even support them before 1967. 1967 was like, Israel was like more or less like a They used
That
to buy
was
weapons from
So that's
Czechoslovakia.
Israel got all these
Turkey and
tanks, weapon, and everything from America.
No, they make
That's
their own tanks. The Marvuka, I think they're called Marvuka. They manufacture their own.
Casey, can I ask you a question? Like what year was it?
Okay, but let me just. There's so many myths.
Oh, yeah,
US didn't support Israel in 1967. First of all, like let's just. By the way, Soviet Union supported Egypt, Syria, and Jordan, who got their asses absolutely whooped within 6 days. Like and this idea that Israel wouldn't have existed without the United States. No, it's not true. Like the first country to actually, quote unquote, basically rectify the 1947-1948 border was like Soviet Union. It was not even America. People just like.
So you disagree that Israel is not in an important strategic position in the Middle East for America?
No, it's not. It's a political thing. It's basically like what used to happen was that in the 60s, 70s, basically like they need to win like quote unquote Jewish votes, and that's it. There's no strategic use for Israel. Absolutely not. No. US is if you want in terms of trade, US is more close to Saudi Arabia, UAE, and
okay, Stephen. I don't know. Again, that's your viewpoint and everything, man. Boy,
it's not. There's no. Is there like what? A little bit of oil. Most of the oil come. First, US doesn't even need oil from Middle East.
You're getting it
I think
wrong,
US is the largest producer of oil right now. Like where? Why do people believe this?
Then why did they go to Iraq then?
What?
Why did America go to Iraq?
Because they were dumb.
That was just for. I think that was during the Bush administration. Was
I don't know. So they went to Iraq just because they were just stupid.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, they are dumb. Yeah.
Bush
was actually dumb. He was dumb. He was actually dumb.
They went there for the sake of trying to find somebody to blame.
Actually, no.
Yeah, it's also to help them.
They actually I'm not kidding. They actually believe that they were quote unquote weapons of mass destruction.
Yeah,
but I don't think they got any oil from Iraq.
Casey, come on, stop.
Casey, No.
Okay, how much?
Believe that they had weapons of mass destruction.
Put a monetary value. Put a monetary value on the amount of oil they got from Iraq. Put it.
HH, no. What's going on here? Casey's not going with facts. You're just talking with emotions.
Okay, what is it?
No, because the Iraq situation, Bush knew that there wasn't weapons of mass destruction. That's well documented.
Okay, go on.
And Camp David, that's well documented. It was quoted multiple times.
No, how does Camp David come here?
There was multiple other reasons why they went there, and they were successful.
No, but where does Camp David has nothing to do with Iraq?
No, when Bush spoke to his advisors, it was you could see the documentary.
So Casey, what is your personal take on this whole Israel-Palestine thing, man? What is your
the solution is simple. Like they go back to 1967 borders. Wait, everyone knows that.
Wait, they go back to what?
67 borders.
What?
So explicitly, what is that?
Jesus.
So is that
West
state?
Bank and Gaza. 67 borders, yeah. Before 64.
I know what he's talking about. Yeah.
But that's the basic solution that everyone agrees to.
Casey, it's not.
You're not going to add anything new here.
But it's not as easy as that. You can, people are still going to, dispute that, and they're going to be a large majority of group who are not going to agree on these certain borders. And I think
no. It's basically. I'm sorry. Basically, the reality is winner takes all. There is no agreements to be had. There is no agreements about it.
Listen.
It's all or nothing.
Listen,
it's all or nothing. There's no such thing like, oh, you'll have it because you'll never agree. You'll never agree. So there's something like, let's come. There is no compromise.
Listen. As a child of a two-state solution myself, trust me, that is the only solution they can have. It's simple as that. Like they have to do something that India and Pakistan
they've been pushing this. Casey, they've been pushing this for as long as I can remember during the freaking Arafat PLO. What makes you think that they're gonna wake up one day? You know what? Yes, Twitter's gonna work right now.
No, I'm not. I don't know if it's going to happen or not. I'm just telling you that is the only solution that they can have.
Oh, no, Casey, no. There is no. The only solution is all or nothing. One person controls the entire region. That is based on what has happened. That is the only solution because you are never based on the animosity between both sides and the history. How the hell are you going to agree on anything two-state or border related? How? It's impossible.
Why
So
not?
there's not. What do you mean? By Casey, do you know the history of
Yes.
this region?
Yes.
Now, how do you think that anybody is going to allow there to be some kind of a compromise? How? No, there can't
like
be no.
international?
But it's especially based on what's happened, especially the events of the last month and so forth. How the hell is anybody going to agree to a compromise? So the only thing, it's all or nothing.
No, hold on. So you're telling me that they're going to continue occupying West Bank? Are you insane?
No. I'm saying that
West Bank is
there has to be, whatever the results are, there has to be a clear, concise resolution of either Israel or Palestine. Because because obviously Israel are like 100%, they will say, okay, we want to look for a compromise. Based on the events of the last few weeks, Palestine, there is no chance that they're going to look for a compromise.
No, but that's not true. It's simply not true. But by the way, there's a funny thing, right? If you look at the history of this conflict, right? After every violent quote unquote surge, right, there's always an agreement. Like after the first Intifada, I think, is that when the Oslo thing started? Yeah, Oslo thing started after the first Intifada. After the second Intifada, Israel left Gaza, and now this. I think like there has to be some solution though from both sides. Like, here's a simple thing: you can't. Israel cannot keep occupying West Bank forever. Like, bro, I have been to like Ramallah and these places. Like, it's not good. If you're a Palestinian, like the amount of checkpoints you have to go through, it's actually not good. Like, it's West Bank it's basically it is apartheid, at least in West Bank. If you're a Palestinian civilian there, you can't keep on doing that. You have to.
Well, they've been doing it for a pretty long time.
Yeah, but that's the issue because it's an occupation. That's the issue, right? It was a military occupation at the start, but then they started sending in settlers. And now there's another history for that, which we can enter into why that happened. But ignoring that, I can actually give you the one reason for that is that in Arab countries, right, they actually ethnically cleanse all the Jewish population.
Wing, can we please wing? Okay, wing.
Jesus.
Wing, please.
No,
wing.
but there is some sort of extremism like in certain Jewish populations in Israel, like who think that West Bank is their Judea Samaria. They think that is their like homeland. I mean, historically speaking, they're not wrong, but like, come on, you can't treat people like second-class citizens.
That
Yeah.
Samaria.
So it's either so what should happen is that go back to 67 borders. The settlers, they live there as Palestinian civilians, as Palestinian citizens, or they come back to Israel. Yeah, that's literally everyone in the world agrees with this. So I mean, I don't know, like what's new in this?
The problem is, KC, 77% of the Israeli public is against the idea of going back to pre 60 or 67 borders. That's the problem.
Yeah, but listen. Here's the thing. So in during 74 to 77, like most of the Egyptian public didn't want like a quote unquote pact with Israel, but they still signed a pact, and Israel returned Sinai back to Egypt. So
No, but I think the right to know is that what does the majority of people in Israel want and Palestine want? That's the thing. And specifically, based on the events in October and now, what is the consensus? because people's mood changes based on particular events. Like what happened in October, that has changed things completely.
No, but
and have changed perception
hold on.
completely.
The Israeli public didn't support leaving Gaza in 2005 also, but they still did. Like it's not rocket science, Abba. Like if you want, you can actually force a solution basically, and which is that they have to leave the West Bank. It's as simple as that. You can't keep on. They have been occupying it for now. What, like it will be 60 years now. Before that, of course, Jordan occupied it, but Israel has been occupied it since like 67. So it's almost 60 years. So you can't have. Come on, you can't do that.
No, I mean, okay, so you say come on, but they've been doing it for how long? Have they been doing it for? And people have been people have been complaining about this thing for how long? For how long? For how many years have people been seeing stuff? And how much has really changed? So you can say, they can't keep doing it.
No. That's not it. The Oslo Accords basically what meant was that there was. I mean, that's how the Palestinian view is that there was it was basically like charting a pathway to a Palestinian state. after the first Intifada. That's when like the Oslo Accords happened. I could be mixing up something here, but so I think it's not impossible. And Israel left Gaza also, so again, not impossible at all.
I mean, like Elijah, where you at with this whole thing, bro? Elijah, what's it called? AK. Where you at to this whole?
Along with Barry, I take the fifth. I'll keep the talking to KC vibe and Elijah for now.
Clever.
J2S, are you taking the fifth or the sixth as well?
I mean, the less I say, the better, because I don't want to get labeled anything. So, and I don't know the history that I know the basics of it, but I'm not proper into the history, so can't exactly give a proper point on it. But I think we all know what will happen. It's one side will decimate the other side completely. It's just the way it's going to be. I don't think there is going to be a democratic solution to this. I don't see it happening. I mean, it's been the same way for a long time now, so I don't think anything's going to change. If it hasn't changed in the last 50 years, then what's going to change in the next few years? I don't see anything changing, and it's escalating. It's getting worse. So is it going to get any better? I don't think so. I see what one side has a gun, the other side has a stick. That's what it is.
It's like
it's too much. It's too much.
I think on the whole, it being a thing for America, like I'm pretty sure America has has the most military bases in the world, and they have one situated in every single country. So we've got a stronghold in every single place in the Middle East. So Israel's, it's not exactly reliant on Israel, but it's
no. I mean, no, it's not really reliance, but it's good to have a strong ally in that region. Does help, especially when you know the kinds of dealings they have with people in that region. I mean, to have an ally and a powerful ally in that region, it's help because again, this is not thinking 5, 10, 20 years in advance. It's good to have a stronghold in that region, and I think Israel is a good ally to have.
Hold on. No. But can someone please explain to me, like, what is the strategic value that Israel provides to the United States? Just
Casey, I could answer.
You want to have most people in that region hate America. So to have an ally in that region and you can just slowly establish it, you're establishing a foothold in that area.
No, but it's a strategic value. You said there's a strategic value. Like, what is that?
There's no strategic value. It's a lobbyist group with a Z. There's a word that starts with Z. I won't say the word. And they have strong influence on the U.S. Congress and U.S. Senate. Very strong influence, which doesn't benefit the people in that country, nor does it benefit the religious groups as well. But this lobbyist group has too much influence in U.S. politics, and that's why the U.S. is so strongly involved in that part of the world, especially with that country in particular.
Can I just debunk another myth like this about lobbying and all that? I remember like people used to say all the time that NRA is the reason why there's no gun reform. But by the way, if you look at like the amount of money on NRA gives, it's like I think they're not even like top 50.
No, but Casey, you can't look at official numbers.
No. But hold on.
As well. You can't always look at.
You see, Casey, that's what it's like. All these books and things, man. Don't believe everything.
No. It's not just that. The public opinion in US is it's mostly very pro-Israel. People people don't care about that much about foreign policies, but when they do, they're mostly quote unquote pro-Israel. That's basically what I'm trying to say. There's no strategic value in Israel. Absolutely not.
Basically, no. I think, just to end with this, I think this one needs to happen. In my view, and I don't know whether you people agree with this and everything, but this is what I suggest would happen. I feel that Casey should go to the UN and should be the mediator in all of this peace negotiation. I don't consider. I think for me, also Casey, I want you to wear good suits. Casey, I'm going to give you a policy. Casey, I want you to get. I'm thinking Cavalry.
No, but
good suits and Casey. Slip back and everything nicer, and Casey, you need to.
That Shannon Sharp suit.
No, but
no, Barry. The Stephen A. Smith 90s suit. You know that kind of that baggy suit.
Oh yeah.
Bro.
So
no big ass suits.
No. Listen, I'm not saying anything that is like. It's pretty common knowledge. What I'm saying is just everyone says that.
No,
that's it.
Casey,
I'm not saying this because I think you're right. I'm saying this because I think it would be amusing. No, Casey, I disagree. No, Casey, I disagree with almost everything you've said.
Okay.
Oh no, Casey, no. I don't think. No, Casey, I disagree with everything you've said. Like my view on this is completely different, bro. Because my thing is a lot more cut and dry. My thing it's about war, all or nothing, survival of the fittest. If you want that land, you take everyone out and then you win, because that's how the world has worked. So I'm a Sith. The way the world has worked is very black and white and very Sith. It's wrong. It's not right, but it's Sith. It's absolutely.
No, it's not that. Listen, kid again.
Casey, I just told you that I want you to be the, because they wouldn't have me. I want you to be the guy's endorsement.
Crazy.
Oh my.
Wait, what's it called? Elijah, what are you saying?
No, I was saying you. So basically, what you're saying and what J2S and I are saying. So basically, Gid.
Yeah.
And then my second question, or second and third question. I don't know if you guys touched. This might be a football thing, but I don't know if you guys touched on the France issue.
Oh yeah, those Blicks.
Yes,
Man.
yes,
Oh yeah, those Blicks.
Wait, what's the? Oh
my
Yeah,
that's bro. I refuse to believe that's true.
You know why they're doing it, HH?
Why?
It's quote unquote secularism. That's why they're doing it.
Which one?
France? France.
The whole thing of like Ramadan now. People can't do Ramadan.
Can't celebrate Ramadan. As
France is a very secular, quote unquote. Their form of secularism is basically like anti-religion. Like if you look at the revolution, like, they kind of. The revolution is basically
so basically they can fly in food for Kyrie, so he can eat and everything and be well fed for Ramadan, but you can't do that for your football players in the French Federation.
Yeah,
Killian.
Budget issues.
I think it's the same with Christians also, right? You can't wear cross in public, if I'm correct.
Yeah, you can't do that in public.
Yeah, because it's a very anti-religious country.
Wait, hold on. You can't do what in public?
You can't.
You can't wear cross.
I know football players in France, like they don't do cross in public. It's not allowed.
Yeah.
They get fined and stuff.
You can get fined. You can get
the French Revolution was like anti-Catholic in nature, so they hate if you're true revolutionary. So.
And then if you look at, there's a video in which Olivier Giroud was talking about, just his basis and his faith and everything. That got taken down, and then he ended up getting fined, even though it was posted by the French Football Federation. So France is a weird country, HH.
No, it's what. I'm not sure.
Have they not seen Ramadan Kareem, man? Have you not seen Ramadan Kareem in action?
Actually, you know what's like, bro? I think we probably have to just saw some breakers. We may have to save this for like the hangout on Saturday. Robinho just got arrested. It's gonna get 9 years.
Yeah.
What do you do?
9 years.
Finally,
bro. Prison FC has a quality striker right now, man. Guys, look what I'm at. Guys, peace out.